seventh at short, number 18, Osmi Gregorio. Batting eighth in center, number 1, Mikey Reynolds. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 4, Benin Rodriguez. The pitcher is right-hander, number 22, Duke Von Schaman. Manager for the Revolution is Mark Mason. Assistants, Noel Blanco, TJ Salzberg, and Sandy De Leon. The trainer is Megan Haas. Now let's meet the home team, the Rockers of High Point. Leading off at shortstop, number 4, Michael Russell. Batting second, and that's second base, number 19, Michael Martinez. Batting third at first base, number 28, Jerry Downs. And the cleanup spot, third baseman, number 7, Steven Gardullo. Batting fifth in the left field, number 22, Quincy Lattimore. Batting sixth in right field, number 3, Jared Mitchell. Batting seventh in DH, number 14, Quincy Duarte. In the 8th spot, center fielder, number 27, Jay Gonzalez. Batting ninth in the catcher, number 9, Mike Galindo. The pitcher is right-handed, number 44, Craig Stimm. Manager for the Rockers is Jamie Keefe. Assistants Billy Horn, Albert Gonzalez, and Frank Viola. The trainer is Joe Gett. Tonight's umpires are presented by Triad Eye and Associates, who are now welcoming patients at all 3 Triad locations. Behind home plate is Owen Ballard the 4th. At first base, Tim Detweiler. And at third base, Vinny Hall. Tonight's lineup card exchange is presented by the UPS Store, the official printing partner for the High Point Rockers. With 22 locations in the Triad, the UPS Store is your one-stop shop for all of your printing needs. The UPS Store, we're more than just shipping.
Welcome back inside the Sweet Old Bills pregame show. Jamie Blake alongside Kendrick Fruits. As always, Sweet Old Bills is the official pregame hangout of the High Point Rockers. Visit them today at 1232 North Main Street for the best in burgers, Q, and brew. Well, if anything's a must-win game, it's tonight for the Rockers. The Revs come in today 50-60 on the year, 24-26 in the second half. 3 games back in the North Division. The Rockers come in today battling for their playoff lives. 3.5 back in the South Division, 3 up in the wild card, 59-50 the overall record, but the all-important second half record at 28 and 21. Couple minutes away from first pitch. Let's take you around the Atlantic League, brought to you by Ginny Maurer Cruise Planners. Let's get first look at everything from yesterday. On Wednesday night in the Atlantic League, one early game, 9-1 the final. Gastonia over Lexington. Sam Burton gets his 5th win of the year. Braulio Torres Perez, the loss, falls to 1-3. Southern Maryland against Lancaster, 11-6 the final for the Blue Crabs. Augie Silk, the loss, falls to 4-7. Kyle Murphy, the win, improves to 1-1. The Charleston Dirty Birds get the win over the Long Island Ducks, 9-2 the final. Adam Hernandez, the win, improves to 1-0. Darren Downs, the loss, falls to 6-5. Today around the Atlantic League, 2 games already underway. Gastonia and Lexington, bottom of the first inning. Honey Hunters lead the Legends 3-0. Austin Glorious on the mound for the Honey Hunters today with a 4-4 record, and on the mound for Lexington is Francisco Jimenez. End of the first inning in Southern Maryland. No score yet, tied at 0. Dominic DiSabatino still looking for win number 11 on the year. He's been stuck at 10 for a while. Goes for Lancaster. Southern Maryland sends Blake Bivens to the mound in a must-win game. Charleston against Long Island, that gets underway at 7:05.
No transactions around the Atlantic League today, so let's jump right into tonight's starting lineups manufactured by Cole. First off, for the visiting York Revolution, leading off in left field is James Harris. Batting second is the second baseman, Jack Kenley. Melky Mesa, the designated hitter, hits third. Nelly Rodriguez at first base will bat fourth. Carlos Franco at third base hits fifth. Wellington Dotel will play right field and bat sixth. Osme Gregorio, the shortstop, will hit seventh, while Mikey Reynolds, the center fielder, bats eighth. And batting ninth and catching is Lennon Rodriguez.
Well, my player to watch today in the York lineup has to be the guy in the 3 spot, Melky Mesa. .423 the average with 5 homers and 7 walks. Just in September, the average up to .338, and he's someone who throughout the season has been a thorn in the side of a lot of teams, but especially this series with High Point.
Wellington Dotel was a one-man wrecking crew yesterday. He scored the tying run. He hit the go-ahead home run in the 8th inning. He was 3 for 4, and he threw out Jared Mitchell at the third base in the 9th inning to get a double play that really ended the threat for the Rockers in the 9th inning. Wellington Dotel is my guy to watch today. For the High Point Rockers, leading off at shortstop is Michael Russell. Michael Martinez, the second baseman, bats in the 2 spot. Jerry Downs at first base will hit in the 3 spot, and Stephen Cardulo rounds out the infield playing third base and batting fourth. Quincy Lattimore is the left fielder batting fifth. Batting sixth in right field is Jared Mitchell. It's the newcomer, Quincy Neaporte, the designated hitter, batting seventh. Jay Gonzalez in center field hits eighth, and batting ninth behind the plate is Mike Galino.
Well, I'm excited to see Quincy Neaporte play in this Rockers lineup. Someone who was the MVP this year in the Frontier League with the Shambong Boobers. Ended up winning the whole thing over the Washington Wild Things, and he's a guy who, if he's as advertised, is a real scary part to the back half of this lineup.
Absolutely, and I think for me the big thing isn't one particular person, but it's the infield today. Michael Martinez 1 hit yesterday, but Cardulo, Downs, and Michael Russell combined to go 0 for 8 with 2 walks yesterday, and I need to see more production out of the infield for the Rockers, especially with the way that Jamie Keefe has the lineup set up tonight. All 4 of them are at the top of the lineup. Starting pitching matchup today, Craig Stem going for the Rockers, 4-10 with a 6.79 ERA, while Duke Von Schaman gets the start for the York Revolution. Von Schaman 5-8 with a 6.05. These are 2 guys that came into the year expecting to be the aces of their respective staffs, but it's been a bit of a struggle for both of them this year. But for Craig Stem, the good thing, he's looked much better in September.
This is going to be an interesting matchup. These are 2 guys who have had very different Septembers, though their stats look about the same overall. Duke Von Schaman has struggled in the month. Craig Stem has been good in the month. The only problem is he's faced Charleston 4 times in a row. So how does he fare against the team that he hasn't seen since opening day?
Well, it's a big one tonight. It's the Rockers and it's the Revs, and it's next. Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America, those who protect her, with the singing of the Star Spangled Banner, performed today by Benji Morris.
Oh, say can you see by the so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
On the mound for the Rockers, right-hander Craig Stem. Leading off for the Revolution, left fielder James Harris.
Well, for all intents and purposes, you can go ahead and say that the postseason for the High Point Rockers starts now. The Rockers find themselves 3.5 out in the division with a 3-game lead over Southern Maryland in the wild card, but that's no sure thing with Southern Maryland, Long Island, and the York Revolution all matched up in a tight battle for the North Division. Good evening, everyone. Kendrick Fruits, Javik Blake here with you as the Rockers and Revs get set for their final matchup against each other in 2021. Craig Stem on the mound. James Harris steps into the right-handed batter's box, and we're underway on a Thursday night. First pitch fouled straight back, 0-1 the count.
First pitch time today, 7:04 p.m. The weather's 70 degrees and sunny once again. No wind out to left. First pitch time and weather is always brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line, helping the world keep promises.
The righty Stem comes set. Here comes the pitch. Fastball. That's just inside, 1-1. The lineup again for York: Harris, Kenley, Mesa, Rodriguez, Franco, Dotel, Gregorio, Reynolds, and Rodriguez. Comes the pitch. That's a fastball just inside. Count 2-1. Craig Stem faced the York Revolution on opening day, gave up 5 runs in 3 innings. It's been a long, long time since then. Stem comes set. Here comes the 2-1. That's down low. Count 3-1 now. Looking a little deeper into Stem's numbers. 92 strikeouts, 43 walks, and 112 innings. Much better pitcher at home than he has been on the road. The ERA differential is 4 between home and road as Harris swings and misses. Count goes full. Harris hitting at .287, 13 home runs, 49 batted in. And here comes the 3-2. Ground ball hit up the middle. Michael Russell, the shortstop, picks it up, throws on the run to first base in time. And that will retire James Harris for out number 1.
Let's take the Rockers defense for you. In left is Quincy Lattimore, Jay Gonzalez in center, Jaron Mitchell in right, third to first round the infield, Stephen Cardullo, Michael Russell, and Michael Martinez at second. Jerry Downs at first, and As usual, when Craig Stem is on the mound, it's his personal catcher. It's really ended up being over the past couple weeks, Mike Galino.
Brings up Jack Kinley, the left-handed hitting second baseman. First pitch fastball strike to Kinley, and the count 0-1. Craig Stem kicks the leg and fires. Fastball lined just over the outstretched glove of Michael Martinez into right field. A base hit for Jack Kinley. First hit of the ball game for York, and that'll bring up Milky Mesa.
Next up for York, designated hitter, Milky Mesa.
For the third day in a row, Rebs going with the gray pants, black jerseys, York in gray cursive across the front with a white trim. Gray numbers on the back with a white trim as well. Rockers going with the white pants, white jerseys today. Rockers across the front, blue numbering on the back, the blue hat with the blue bill. Stem comes set, first pitch coming to Mesa. Fastball just down below the knees, and the count is 1-0. Milky Mesa, 338, 16 home runs. He's knocked home 73. That one from Stem's going to catch the outside corner, and the count 1-1. Rockers are very, very good at getting the double play ball. Craig Stem, the second most double plays of any Rockers pitcher. Here comes the 1-1. This is a weak tapper right back to the mound. Stem picks it up. His only play is going to be to first, and it's in time to retire Mesa as Kinley advances to second.
Next up, first baseman, Delvin Rodriguez.
Well, for Craig Stem, 2 outs that he's got, weak ground balls. Going to be a recipe for success for him tonight. Brings up Nelly Rodriguez, the first baseman, 327, 23 home runs, and 77 batted in. First pitch from Stem, high fastball, just above the zone, and the count is 1-0. Home plate umpire today, Owen Ballard IV. Tim Detweiler is at first base, while Lindy Hall is the man at third. Stem delivers, off speed. That catches the outside corner, and the count 1-1. Craig Stem has seen his earned run average drop every start in September. This one hit on the ground toward short. Russell picks it up on a nice hop. Throws on to first in time, and the one-out single by Jack Kinley does not hurt the Rockers. Craig Stem will use 3 ground outs to get out of the first inning without giving up a run. We go to the bottom of the first inning. The Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van
The only high rocking horse. Here he comes rounding the warning track with his best friend Shane and Hannah. Put your hands together and cheer them on as they make their way around the field. For all of your farm equipment needs, be sure to visit Safe Farm Equipment in Lexington, North Carolina. Rockers fans, make some noise for Heidi. Guilford Technical Community College offers a great education while offering quality, affordability, and support. Choose GTCC, choose success. Learn more at www.gtcc.edu today. On down for the Revolution, Duke from Shaka.
Bottom of the first inning, the lineup again for High Point: Russell, Martinez, Downs, Cardulo, Lattimore, Mitchell, Neaporte, Gonzalez, and Galino. And they'll be facing York right-hander Duke Von Schaman. Von Schaman comes into this one at a record of 5-8 with the ERA at 6.05 for Von Schaman. Coming off a no decision against Southern Maryland with 4 2/3 innings in which he gave up 3 runs. It has been 4 consecutive starts for Von Schaman since he has won a game. Last win coming back on the 26th of August. And his first pitch just inside, and the count is 1-0 to Michael Russell. Michael Russell, 359, 7 home runs, 44 batted in. Fastball catches the inside corner, 1-1. Von Schaman was a 10-game winner for the Revs in 2019. The ERA sitting at about 3.8. Just like everybody in 2021, a little bit of a regression this year. That pitch inside, and the count is 2-1. The York righty delivers the 2-1, again up and in under Michael Russell's arms, and the count 3-1. Johnny Field getting the night off today, which moves Michael Russell up into the leadoff spot. Russell hitless yesterday on a night in which he grabbed a share for the lead in the Atlantic League batting title. A pitch inside, and the count goes full. He had the lead all by himself 2 days ago. He fell back yesterday and ended up tied with Roberto Baldacchini at 359. The 3-2 coming to Russell. He swings and hits this one into left field. There's a base hit. Russell leads things off with a line drive, kind of off the end of the bat, but it was enough to get past Carlos Franco, the Revolution third baseman. With that, we will set the York defense.
James Harris in left, Mikey Reynolds in center, Wilmington Dotel in left, first to third around the infield. Nelly Rodriguez, Jack Kenley, Osme Gregorio, and Carlos Franco. Lennon Rodriguez for the second night in a row behind home plate.
Brings up Michael Martinez, 297, 3 home runs, 26 batted in. And Von Schaman's fastball swung on, line drive down the right field line. It's hooking and it's foul. Had home run distance, but it just got pulled foul, and the count 0-1 to Martinez. Russell takes his lead off of second, or off of first base rather. And Martinez tips it into the glove with the catcher Rodriguez, count 0-2. Rockers have been very active on the base paths recently, and Michael Russell at first, a guy who could very easily swipe a bag here in the first inning, and we've seen that aggressive base running for the Rockers really pay dividends recently. That's when they've been at their best. Von Schaman comes set, and here comes the 0-2 to Martinez. That's down and away, and the count 1-2 strikes now. The York right-hander checks over to first base on Michael Russell. He's back in. As usual, we find ourselves at the very, very end of September. Another check over to first base on Russell. He's back in. The sun is well into its path of setting, so we're getting some dark blue skies here. A couple of patchy clouds here and there, but nothing ominous whatsoever, just more aesthetically than anything. As that pitch down and away to Martinez, and the count is 2-2 to the Rockers' second baseman. Von Schaman had checked over to Michael Russell a couple of times. He's certainly aware of the fact that Russell could be off and running. Here comes the 2-2 curveball, swung on, lined into right field, base hit. Russell will advance to second base on the soft line drive from Michael Martinez that was just over the outstretched glove of Felipe Nelly Rodriguez.
Well, the Rockers got 2 on with nobody out. The question is, can they turn into action? They've been able to hit with runners in scoring position pretty much for the last week. Getting an opportunity early.
One of the good signs that I've seen already, the Rockers only had 5 hits all of yesterday, and they've already got 2 in the first inning. Brings up Jerry Downs. Jerry Downs at 309, 20 home runs, 76 batted in. Here comes the pitch from Von Schaman. Downs fouls it straight back to the net, and the count is 0-1. Duke Von Schaman's fastball only sits about 86, 87 miles an hour. Also features a A changeup in the low 80s, about 82. Just for comparison, Craig Stem maxed out at 92.7 in the first inning. The count, nothing in 1 to Downs, and Downs asks for time as Von Schaman and Lennon Rodriguez not quite on the same page here. Von Schaman had shaken his head on a couple of different signs flashed by the York catcher. Here comes the 0-1. Fouled up, out of play, left field side, and the count nothing in 2 to Downs. Duke Von Schaman, not really a strikeout pitcher. 53 strikeouts in 122 innings. He has been one of the workhorses on the Revs this year. He and Austin Nicely, both over 120 innings pitched. Rockers won't see Nicely this series. Downs pops this one up, foul territory. Carlos Franco couldn't find it for a moment, now gives a late chase, and the ball's going to land harmlessly foul. That was a ball that if Franco had seen it, he probably makes that catch, but the ball had already reached the apex of its height before Franco realized where it was.
That's the third time this series we've seen someone on the Revs, especially on that left side of the field, just kind of caught up with a foul ball.
Jerry Downs has been gifted with another opportunity. We'll see if he's able to take advantage of it. Von Schaman comes set. Here comes the 0-2. It's a high fastball, too far up, and the count 1-2 to Downs. Duke Von Schaman's most innings pitched this year has been 8 1/3. Recently, his last 5 starts has not pitched more than 5 2/3. Downs takes an off-speed pitch low in the count 2-2. Credit Jerry Downs battling right back into this one. It's quickly down 0-2. He's taken a couple of close pitches. One just above the zone, one a little further down. Here comes the 2-2. Curveball down swings, lines it into left center field. It's hanging though, and the catch made in left field by Harris. No advancement for either runner, and that is the first out of the inning.
Now batting third baseman.
Bring up Steven Cardulo, 288 with 19 home runs and 75 batted in. If you're just joining us, we're at the bottom of the first inning, no score. Rockers have runners on second and first with 1 out. Trying to put the pressure on Revolution starter Duke Von Schaman early. Von Schaman comes set. Here comes the first pitch to Cardulo. Fastball just below the knees, and the count 1-0. Cardulo has been the Rockers' leading home run and RBI guy in the month of September. Has cooled off a little bit recently, though. Revolution right-hander delivers. Curveball floats in for a strike, and the count is 1-1. Quincy Lattimore waits on deck. Jared Mitchell to follow him. The one thing about Von Schaman, he, like Craig Stem, will give up his share of hits. Both runners take off as Cardulo fouls this one up, and out of play. Count is 1-2. And both Russell and Martinez will have to return to their respective bases. Almost seemed like a late swing from Cardulo, as if he was a little hesitant up until the last moment to actually offer at it. So the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cardulo. We'll see if the runners are off again with this next pitch. Michael Russell had a fantastic break on that last one. Here comes the 1-2. And runners are holding as Cardullo will foul this one back to the screen. Pitch was probably a little low, but with 2 strikes, you got to protect the plate, and that's exactly what Cardullo did. Pretty nice crowd at the ballpark here on a Thursday evening. It's the final dollar beer night of the 2021 season. Here comes the 1-2 to Cardullo. Von Schaman holds the set, now delivers a fastball. Cardullo has to fight off and hits a towering pop-up into shallow left field. Harris couldn't find it for a moment, now has to race to his left and make the catch in shallow left center. And that's the second out of the inning. And again, that late twilight is just causing all sorts of problems for defenders. Now to bring up Quincy Lattimore now, hitting at .304, 4 home runs and 15 batted in. And once again, the Rockers, after getting the first 2 runners aboard, are in jeopardy of an opportunity going to waste here in the first inning. First pitch coming to Lattimore, and it's going to miss just off the plate, and the count is 1-0. Should note that there is no automated ball strike system being in use today. So the strike zone is completely up to home plate umpire Owen Ballard IV. Here comes the 1-0 to Lattimore. That's down low in the count 2-0. We talked about it a little bit before going on the show. That may be something that benefits Craig Stem tonight. He loves to work down at the bottom of the zone, but there have been times this year he's not gotten pitches low that he thought he should have. So we'll see if that opens things up for him a little bit tonight. Here comes the 2-0 to Lattimore. And it's a fastball just down below the knees, and the count 3-0 now to Quincy. Well, I guess I should say one of the Quincy's. Rockers have activated Quincy Neaporte. They acquired him a couple of days ago from Schaumburg. Former Florida State product, getting his first start tonight as the designated hitter. The 3-0 to Lattimore, taking all the way. It's a strike, and the count 3-1. Lattimore has gone with the dark blue undershirt, long sleeves, as has Mitchell behind him in the lineup. Here's the pitch swung on, and a little blooper into shallow center field. Coming in is Reynolds, and he'll flag it down for the final out of the inning. So the Rockers get 2 aboard, but they strand both of them with 3 consecutive flyouts. So we'll head to the top of the second scoreless on the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Vanderbilt Auto.
At the High Point Rockers, we believe in knocking education out of the park. Wesleyan Christian Academy, High Point Christian Academy, High Point Friends School, the Piedmont School, Northwest Chester Country Day School offer students the opportunity to grow and learn in a fun and competitive environment. For more information, visit each school's website to get your child started on the path to success today. Hey fans, did you hear that you can secure your 2022 Rockers season tickets for only $100? That's right, for only $100, you can secure your very own seats for the entire 2022 Rockers season. To save your spot and for more information, visit the sales table in the concourse behind home plate before it's too late. Leading off the top of the second, Carlos Franco.
Top of the second inning, and we're scoreless here at Truist Point. Rockers and Revs Final matchup between these two this year. Craig Stem, after a scoreless first inning, will face Carlos Franco, Wellington Dotel, and Osme Gregorio here in the second. Carlos Franco, 290, 10 home runs, 48 batted in. Stem used just 14 pitches in the first inning, and number 15 is a called strike on the inside part of the zone to Franco, count 0-1. Oh, 1 fastball from Stem. That stays just away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Even though Stem gave up 4 runs in his 6 1/3 innings in his last start, really not telling of the night that he had. 3 of those runs came on a home run in the 7th inning. A weak wave there from Franco in the count 1-2. Stem was really absolutely dealing up until that point.
Also his 4th straight start against a team in Charleston, which has kind of had the Rockers' number all year.
It'll be a chance for just a fresh start against some new faces today as Franco lines this one deep and foul down the left field side, and the count stays 1-2. That's a very, very odd circumstance that Stem had to go through. It's not often where you make 4 consecutive starts against the same team. This just goes to show you how much the Rockers have played Charleston in the second half. High fastball, Franco takes, and the count 2-2. Rockers infield playing slightly towards right field. Here comes the 2-2. And Stem floats this one up high, and the count goes full. It's a slider that didn't really come back down a little bit. Here comes the 3-2 to Franco. Swung on, that's hit deep into right field. Going back is Mitchell, and he watches that ball sail out of here. It is a solo leadoff home run for Carlos Franco in the second inning, and the Revs take a 1-0 lead off of Craig Stem. It's been one of the things that's plagued Stem this year is 14 home run allowed, which is the second highest total on the High Point Rockers this year, behind only Tommy Lawrence. Brings up Wellington Dotel. Dotel, 309, 9 home runs, 34 batted in, and he'll take a fastball in, and the count 1-0. Dotel coming off of a 3-for-4 game yesterday, including the go-ahead home run. The slider from Stem drops in for a strike, and the count 1-1. Stem delivers 1-1, fastball up and in to Dotel, but he offered at it anyways and missed, in the count 1-2. Timeout called at the plate. And Dotel's ready to go. Front foot standing up at the front of the box. Back foot right about in the middle. And the slider from Stem drops in, strike 3. That is the first strikeout of the night for Craig Stem. And a good bounce back after allowing that solo home run. That'll bring up now Osme Gregorio.
That's such a good pitch from Stem, too. Kind of just starts it an inch or two off that outside corner and just bends it over the plate. Get that strike 3 call on the outside corner.
Gregorio hitting a .295, 7 home runs, 23 batted in. Fastball buzzes up and in on Gregorio, and the count is 1-0. Mike Galino back behind the plate, adjusting the strings on his catcher's mitt. Now sets up away for Stem. Drops the slider just inside, and the count is 2-0. Galino set up away. The pitch kind of came in and didn't cross the plate. Here comes the 2-0 now. Fastball, that's down low, and the count 3-0. Stem snaps at the ball a little bit on the return throw from Galino. And the right-hander deals the 3-0 fastball. That's in for a strike in the count 3-1. Waiting on deck is Mikey Reynolds, the center fielder, former High Point Rocker. The 3-1 fouled off at the plate, got a little bit of Gregorio in the box, and the count goes full. Home plate umpire Owen Ballard IV retrieves the baseball, gives it a look, and decides good enough to hang on to, so he'll pocket it. And Stem comes set, ready to deliver the 3-2. Swung on and lined, foul, right field side. We've got another payoff pitch coming now.
If Corey doesn't show up, we can sit right here. We can see right now.
High Point looking for win number 60 on the year. 3-2, slider drops in there, strike 3, and Gregorio knew it. Back-to-back looking strikeouts for Craig Stem, and that'll bring up Mikey Reynolds.
Fans, tonight's strikeout player of the game is up to bat. If he strikes out here or at any point in tonight's game, you will all receive one free small group.
Strikeout number 94 for Craig Stem this year, trying to become the second rocker to ever hit the 100 mark. Well in front of him is Joe Van Meter's 133. First pitch to Reynolds. Shallow line drive, center field. Coming in on it is Jay Gonzalez, but he'll have to play it on a hop. And that is a 2-out single for Mikey Reynolds. Brings up the catcher, Lennon Rodriguez. Very interestingly, Lennon Rodriguez getting his second straight start. Obviously, we talked about the fact his defense a little bit better than Carlos Castro's, but oddly enough, Castro not in the lineup for the second straight day. First pitch, slider, and that stays up. And the count is 1-0.
Well, in one of these types of games where if you're York, you need a win. If you're the Rockers, you need a win. You can't afford 3 or 4 pass balls that seem to almost be the average behind the plate with Carlos Castro. So you've got to put someone a little more defense.
Swung on, ground ball, right back up the middle. Backhanded there by Martinez. Throws on to first in time, and that's the final out of the inning. Good play by the Rockers' second baseman to get out of the second, but 1 run comes across on the leadoff solo home run from Carlos Franco. York leads it 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. The Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
To find your next home, visit them online at BlueRidgeCompanies.com. Hey Rockers Nation, turn your attention to the third base side of the field, where some special fans will battle each other in musical chairs. Let's throw it down to Christian and meet tonight's contestants.
Alrighty folks, it's ladies night for musical chairs. I've got all girls competing tonight. Give it up for Alexis, Hannah, Haley, and Jordan in musical chairs. Alright ladies, here we go. We're going to start the music in 3, 2, and 1. Remember, when the music stops, you find a seat. Oh, here we go. Oh, Haley's going to be the first one out. All right, everybody up. We'll go to round 2. I like the dancing, Alexis. It's pretty good. Give her a round of applause, everybody. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we're still going. Oh, wait. What just happened? Wow, the control room is just flicking around with people. I'm sorry, Jordan, that's mean on that. All right, here we go. Final round, make some noise. Alexis versus Hannah. Winner take all. Oh, Alexis stole the chair. That is a pro move. Alexis is our winner.
Bottom of the second inning, the Revolution with a 1-0 lead over the High Point Rockers. Duke Von Schaman will face Mitchell, Neaporte, and Gonzalez here in the second. Rockers won the opener. The Revolution came back yesterday with a 3-2 win, and they lead it in the early stages here tonight. Jared Mitchell leads things off, 242, 14 home runs, 64 batted in. Von Schaman gave up back-to-back singles to start the first inning and then 3 flyouts, nothing doing after that. First pitch coming here to Mitchell. Fastball, Mitchell grounds it weakly down the right field side, count 0-1. Wake Forest Baptist Health Injury Report. Mitch Atkins continues to be on the injured list with an undisclosed injury. And that's it. The 0-1 coming here to Mitchell. High fastball, about chin high, and the count is now 1-1. The 1-1, Mitchell checks his swing on an off-speed pitch that breaks just inside. Had the height, but too far in off the plate, and the count is 2-1. Fastball from Von Schaman. This stays away, and the count now 3-1. We mentioned it yesterday. Despite the strikeout struggles for Jared Mitchell, the on-base percentage continues to hover around the 390 mark. He's been able to work his walks and get on base. Takes a high fastball there. Speaking of walks, there's a leadoff one. And that'll bring up Quincy Neaporte. Hit 343 with 17 home runs and 65 batted in for Schaumburg in the Frontier League. About to take his first hacks as a High Point Rocker. Really excited to see what he's got. He's had some decent power, obviously, with Schaumburg. Had some moments at Florida State. We'll see what he has here on a Rockers uniform. Stands in the back of the box, little toe tap, front foot. And the first pitch fastball from Von Schaman down low 1-0. Neaporte wearing red and white batting gloves. Waiting on the pitch from Von Schaman. He swings and lofts one up out of play. The count 1-1. Mitchell takes his lead off of first base. He's a guy who leads the Rockers in stolen bases this year. Only one up over the 20 mark. He's 4th in the Atlantic League in steals. The 1-1 coming to Neaporte. Fastball swings and cranks this one into center field. It's hanging up there for Reynolds, though, and he makes the catch. Pretty good distance in left center field. Neaporte got under it a little, and that's the first out of the inning.
Neaporte thought he went 1 for 1 in the Atlantic League. That was one that sounded loud off the bat, but with no wind out towards left field, just kind of dies.
Brings up Jay Gonzalez, 215, 2 home runs, and 10 batted in. Getting a spot start tonight. And Von Schaman's first pitch to Gonzalez, a strike. Snap throw down to first base is not in time. Mitchell is safe, and Lennon Rodriguez about punched Owen Ballard in the face when he was trying to throw that ball down. Rodriguez had to get around Jay Gonzalez, and in doing so about took out the umpire. Another check over to first base, this time from Von Schaman. And Mitchell is back in safely again. And another check back on Mitchell. That throw gets away. Jared Mitchell's going to head down to second and now takes a turn, and he's heading to third base. The throw is going to be well late. Mitchell slides, but he's in safely. Jared Mitchell from first to third on a throwing error from Duke Von Schaman. The Rockers have an opportunity with a man on third.
Talked about it the last couple of nights. One of the big things for the Rockers is taking advantage of your opponent's mistakes, and that's a big one right there from Von Schaman.
Makes things easier for Jay Gonzalez now. Count still 0-1 on him. Von Schaumann comes set. Here comes the 0-1 to Gonzalez. Swings, fouls it straight back. And the count 0-2 as the baseball lands in the right-handed batter's box. Again, pocketed by Owen Ballard before. Catcher Mike Galino, the number 9 man in the lineup, waits on deck. Here comes the 0-2 to Gonzalez. Swings, grounds this one foul left field side. The count will remain 0-2. Well, after another day yesterday where the Rockets hit with runners in scoring position, they're 0 for 3 already tonight.
But this is a puppy, right? It's okay, maybe it's okay.
A stat that has really been plaguing this offense recently. 0-2 coming to Gonzalez. He swings, lines this one into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit, and the Rockers are going to tie this one up. Jared Mitchell crosses the plate. Gonzalez heads to second, and it's an RBI double. We're square at 1.
Now batting catcher Mike Galino.
Big flare out to left field. Didn't have a whole lot of hang time, but as it hit the ground, it kept rolling and ended up kicking around in the corner. That'll bring up Mike Galino now. 229, 2 home runs, and 16 batted in for the catcher. Von Schaumann comes set. Here comes the first pitch to Galino. And he swings and taps this one third base side. It's going to be about a foot foul. And the count is 0-1. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Both teams have scratched a run across in the second. The difference is the Rockers have an opportunity for more. Pitch for Duke Von Schaumann, already his 40th of the evening. Gonzalez takes his lead off of second. And here comes the 0-1 to Galino. Curveball stays outside, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. After Galino, we go back around to the top of the lineup. Long look in now from Von Schaumann to Lennon. Now comes set. Peeks back at Gonzalez. Here comes the pitch. That's swung on and lined into left field. Coming in is Harris. Makes the catch on the run. And that is the second out of the second inning.
Top of the order, now batting Michael Russell.
Back around to the top of the lineup now. Michael Russell, who singled to lead off the offensive night for the Rockers, comes up for his second at-bat. Rockers managed 3 hits the first time through the lineup. See if Von Schaumann makes any adjustments the second time through if the Rockers keep up with him. First pitch coming here to Russell. And timeout was called late by Owen Ballard. Fans are clamoring for a balk, but timeout was called at the plate. Gonzalez takes his lead off of second base. Nobody really holding him on. Kinley's backing away back to his normal second base position. First pitch coming to Russell, and he takes a strike, and the count 0-1. Rockers came into today. First the 0-1 to Russell. He swings, lines it into center field, and that's the final out of the inning. Mikey Reynolds makes the catch, so Von Schaumann, all 6 outs that he has recorded today have been of a fly ball variety. Rockers tied the game at 1, though, on an RBI double from Jay Gonzalez. We head to the third. Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van Yorker.
who can help keep you moving with same or next day appointments and extended hours for your convenience. Call 336-716-WAKE or visit wakehealth.edu/sportsmesh today to schedule an appointment. Wake Forest Baptist Health. Go where the athletes go. Serving the needs of your entire family for more than 117 years, Atrium Health, Wake Forest Baptist High Point Medical Center is proud to be your hometown vascular healthcare provider. Rocker Station, lift up your cups, your pups, your children, or your drink. It's time for Sipacan.
Top of the third inning, we're all tied at 1. Kendrick Fruits, Javik Blake here with you from Truist Point as the Rockers and the Revs, both of them looking to gain a little bit of ground in their respective divisions, are locked horns in another tight one here tonight. For Craig Stim, it's the top of the lineup coming up. James Harris, Jack Kinley, and Melky Mesa. If you remember, the first game back on Tuesday was close up until the late innings when the Rockers pulled away in the 8th inning. Yesterday ended up being a one-run game, and so far today, both teams look pretty evenly matched. First pitch of the top of the third coming from Stim. It's his 36th of the night, and that slider misses just away in the count 1-0. Harris 0 for 1 today, takes a strike at the knees. Count is 1-1. Stim delivers the 1-1, another slider. This one hangs up and in. And the count 2 balls and a strike now to Harris. Fastball from Stim, that misses inside, 3-1. Both teams got good outings from their starting pitching yesterday. Pitch foul tipped right back into Galino. Tried to kind of cradle it in his arms because he didn't catch it with the glove, but the ball does land back behind the plate and the count goes full. Craig Stim adjusting the bottom of his left pant leg. Sure don't want to get it caught on accident by one of his spikes. Comes a 3-2 to Harris. Stim rocks and fires. Swung on, hit on the ground towards third base. Backhanded by Cardulo. Strong throw across to first. And that is the first out of the inning. And while Duke Von Schaman has gotten all 6 of his outs in the air, Craig Stim has yet to record an out in the air. It's been 4 groundouts and 2 strikeouts.
Time for Check the Atlantic League scoreboard, brought to you by Ginny Morrow Cruise Planners. Top of the 4th inning, Gastonia up on Lexington 5-1. Bottom 3, Lancaster 4, Southern Maryland nothing. And the Ducks up, and the Dirty Birds tied at 2, end the second.
Fastball strike to Kenley, count 0-1. Not that it really mattered for Lexington, but whichever one of those teams loses in that Gastonia-Lexington game is officially eliminated from winning the division in the South. Kenley takes just outside, count 1-1. Craig Stim delivers, and that slider stays up as well, and the count is 2 balls and a strike. He's been going up with that slider a little more than I thought he would today. Here comes the pitch, fastball low, and the count 3-1 to Kenley. Rockers have done with left-handed hitters a slight infield shift. Michael Russell playing about 2 steps to the third base side. This one a weak ground ball back to the mound. And Stem, a low throw, but a pick there by Jerry Downs on the short hop. Craig Stem points over at Jerry Downs and says, hey, thanks for bailing me out on that one. 6 groundouts and 2 strikeouts for Craig Stem so far. And 2 outs in the inning. That brings up Melky Mesa, who bounced out to Stem back in the first inning. Stem comes set, first pitch coming. Galino setting up down and away, and it's a high fastball up and in. Count 1-0. Rockers came into today 3.5 behind Charleston. Off speed inside from Stem, 2-0. High Point does have the second best record in the Atlantic League in the second half. Only Charleston is better. That pitch swung on. Line drive, center field. Gonzalez comes in, flags it down, and that is the final out of the inning. First fly ball out for Craig Stem today, and first 1-2-3 inning in the third. We head to the bottom of the third inning, still tied at 1 on Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
That's right, fans. It's time for the mascot race presented by Colt. Let's throw it down to Christian and get this race started.
All right, Rockers Nation. Hyatt is going to try to get what I think might be his second win. You won your birthday and you won your Gastonia. We'll see if he can get another win today, but he's going up against Justin and ready to go. All right, whoa! Let's run one more. Justin! Were you not ready? You know what? I'm going to have one of these guys walk out of the skate and keep on temptation. It's really simple. It's really easy. Folks, give up for Justin and a big win in our Colt mascot race.
Bottom of the third inning, we're tied at 1 between the Rockers and Revolution. High Point and York both have notched 3 hits so far today. Rockers, big one coming last inning, an RBI double from Jay Gonzalez. It'll be Martinez, Downs, and Cardulo coming up to bat here in the third inning. Michael Martinez, the only one of those 3 with a hit the first time through. Switch hitter will approach the left-handed batter's box as Owen Ballard IV dusts off the plate. Duke Von Schaman comes in to this inning at 44 pitches. Craig Stem has completed the third at 49. He's well on track to go 6 innings tonight. First pitch to Martinez, just down below the knees, count 1-0. Duke Von Schaman was drafted by the Dodgers in the 2012 draft as Martinez takes a strike and the count is 1-1. 15th round of the 2012 draft. I was doing a little digging at that draft class earlier today and found 2 very notable things. First, Von Schaman was waiting on Rodriguez, and then Martinez, tired of them waiting, and steps out.
Don't talk smack to Hyde.
Here comes the 1-1 to Martinez. That's down and in, 2-1. First thing I noticed, there's some big names in that draft class. David Bodie, Alex Bregman, Josh Hader. Also, his teammate Nelly Rodriguez was drafted 4 spots ahead of him by the Indians. That pitch fouled off by Martinez, count 2-2. Not including Von Schaman, there were 12 players in the 2012 Major League Baseball draft that have played or are currently playing in the Atlantic League in 2021 at some point. including one High Point rocker and one former rocker. This one hit on the ground into right field, base hit. Martinez makes the turn. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles, and that'll bring up Jerry Downs. The former rocker has now played in most of the Atlantic League in his career. Braylon Almadova, the one current rocker who was drafted in the 2012 Major League Draft, is reliever Ryan Dahl.
Now batting, Jerry Downs.
The batter's Jerry Downs flied out to left in his first at-bat today. Martinez about a 2.5 step lead off of first base as Von Schaman comes set. First pitch coming to Downs. Fastball, he swings, line drive deep into right field. Going back and gone. Rockabye baseball. Jerry Downs, home run number 21, and he is now the Rockers' single season RBI leader at 78 and counting. Rockers lead it 3-1. Looking at right fielder Wellington Dotel, he put his glove up for a moment as if he thought he might have a play on him, but that ball kept going. Jerry Downs put the Rockers ahead in the third.
Well, that was a pitch that was high in the zone. He just stepped on it, hitting about 10 feet to the left of the scoreboard and right and about 3/4 of the way up.
Brings up Steven Cardullo. First pitch from Von Schaman to Cardullo was a slider down and away in the count 1-0. Cardullo 0 for 1 today. And he swings at this one, lofts a towering pop-up to shallow right center field. Dotel comes in, makes the catch, and there's out number 1. I'll bring up Quincy Lattimore. Lattimore flied out to center in his first at-bat. Duke Von Schaman is still not retired a batter on anything other than a flyout. Rockers getting a lot of air under some of these pitches. First pitch to Lattimore, takes down and away, and the count is 1-0.
They programmed that board. You can have it.
Von Schaman looks in, gets the sign from Rodriguez. Here comes the 1-0 to Lattimore. Lattimore just chops it foul, almost into the York dugout. Just hit off of the front railing in the count 1-1. Lattimore waiting in the back of the right-handed box. Here comes the 1-1. There's a low fastball to count 2-1 to Lattimore now. Well, in the front 5 in the Rockers lineup, 4 of them hitting above 300. Only one that's not is Cardullo at 287. Curveball hit on the ground to third, bobbled by Franco, picks it up, throws across to first, it's late. And that's going to be an error on Carlos Franco. Ground ball that was hit straight to him, and maybe it took a bit of a weird hop or what, but it just kind of skipped off of the heel of his glove.
Jared Mitchell.
Brings up Jared Mitchell. Mitchell walked and scored back in the second inning. Von Schaman's first pitch coming to Mitchell. A little weak wave at an inside fastball, and the count 0-1 to Mitchell. Mitchell has struggled a little bit in the power department, especially in the second half of the season. Here comes the fastball inside, and the count 1-1. Last home run for Mitchell came a week ago against Lancaster. Lattimore takes his lead off of first base. Von Schaumann comes set. He slowed things down a little bit here in the third inning. And Mitchell swings high fly ball into right field. Going back is Dotel and makes the catch right at the front of the warning track, and that is the second out of the inning. Well, Mitchell got under that one, but didn't quite have enough muscle behind it. And that'll bring up Quincy Niaporte, who's 0 for 1 today. Niaporte flied out to center in his first at-bat. Lattimore takes his lead off of first. First pitch to Niaporte. Hits this one on the ground towards third. Backhanded by Franco. Backing up on it is Franco. Throws to second. And that is the final out of the inning. And the first out recorded on a ground ball today for Duke Von Schaumann. But a 2-run home run for Jerry Downs gives the Rockers the 3-1 lead as we head to the middle stage of this ball game. David Blake, your play-by-play. When we come back, the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van Gorkoff.
As they push for the playoffs. This weekend is the last weekend your Iowa Rockers will play at home this season. Tomorrow night is the last fireworks show of the year. Come join us as we welcome all fans to watch the most spectacular fireworks show in the Triad on the same field that the Rockers play on. Be sure to also arrive early as the first 1,000 fans in the ballpark will receive a commemorative 2021 Iowa Rockers team photo. Saturday night is also Pink at the Point. The Rockers will be sporting a specialty jersey that will be auctioned off to help benefit the Hayworth Cancer Center at Patriot North Baptist. Sunday is the last chance for fans 13 and under to run the bases after the game. But don't forget to get here early because your very own Rockers players will be signing autographs at 4 p.m. on the concourse. The High Point University Marching Panthers will also perform throughout the game.
Top of the fourth inning, Craig Stem on the mound for the Rockers. They lead this thing 3-1 over the York Revolution. Final game of a 3-game set. Snelly Rodriguez, Carlos Franco, and Wellington Dotel, righty-lefty-righty, against the righty Stem, who, outside of a home run to Carlos Franco in the second inning, has been effective. Retired 4 in a row, 6 of his last 7. Comes into the fourth inning with a pitch count of 49. First pitch, curveball, misses inside, 1-0. Rodriguez today 0 for 1. Grounded out to Michael Martinez back in the first inning. 1-0 pitch, fastball, dots the inside corner, evens things up 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Fastball dots the inside corner, pretty much the same exact pitch. And the count quickly goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stem has 2 strikeouts today, both of them looking. Trying to find number 3 on the pitch. 1-2 pitch, curveball, swing and lifted out towards left center field. Gonzalez a couple steps over towards left center, hauls it in. And that's out number 1.
That top line is brought to you by Pest Control. Finding any other flies or pests, be sure to call McNeely Pest Control, sponsor tonight's top fly.
Brings up the lefty Carlos Franco. Put York on the board with a homer back in the second inning. Gave them a 1-0 lead. Digs in from the left side. Literally back of the left-handed batter's box. The pitch, swing and line drive, base hit center field. And Carlos Franco 2 for 2 on the day. Reaches with a 1-out single in the fourth. Which is the 4th hit today by the Rebs. The first 3 in the 3rd innings. And Carlos Franco has 2 of them. He's been hot. 2 for 2 today after coming into today batting .364 in his last 10. Turns things over to Wellington Dotel, 0 for 1 with a looking strikeout back in the second inning. 1 on, 1 out. Top of the fourth inning from Truist Point. Rockers lead it 3-1. The pitch. Swing and fouled back to the screen. Count goes to 0-1. Stem's gone with a little more heat today. It's pretty much gone fastball, curveball, slider. We haven't seen the forkball that much from him today. 0-1 pitch. Fastball up and inside, rides away and gets to the backstop. To second goes Franco. That was a weird play. It looks like it might have clipped the hand or the bat of Dotel. Missed both and just kind of skipped to the backstop. Wild pitch advances Franco to second. The count evens up 1-1. Seen a couple of weird situations with balls like that the last couple of days. 1-1 pitch. Swing and chopped right side of the infield. Martinez gets it on the tiny hop to throw to first in time. And that's out number 2, Franco to third. There was a big hop and then a little tiny hop. Martinez picked it up on the little tiny one. Quick glove transfer. Retires Dotel on what's kind of becoming a trend. That's the 7th ground ball out today recorded by Craig Stem. 7 ground ball outs, 2 strikeouts, 2 flyouts. Brings up Osme Gregorio, runner on third, 2 outs. Rockers lead it 3-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss way ahead of the forkball. Count goes to 0-1. Well, there's the forkball from Craig Stem. It's about the first time we've seen it tonight. Stem's had some fun with it. He threw one at 3,600 RPM, which is by far the, well, first the pitch. Swing and a miss and a curveball. Count goes to 0-2. The 3,600 RPM on the pitch was the fastest, well, the most spin rate on any pitch this year for a Rockers pitcher. Kind of floated in at 680. He has a little bit of a jiggle with the hand as it comes out. Gets a ton of movement on it. 0-2 the count to the righty. The pitch. Curveball bites in the dirt. Galino blocks it up. Count goes to 1-2. Gregorio today 0 for 1. Struck out looking back in the second. The righty fires home. Swing and just tap foul, third base side of the Revs dugout. Count stays 1-2. Mikey Reynolds on deck. Lennon Rodriguez in the hole. Gregorio represents the tying run in the ball game. The Rockers took the lead in the bottom half of the third. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Stem dials it up after going with a couple of forkballs and a couple of curves. Strikes out Gregorio for the second time today and gets out of the inning and strands Franco at third. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. The Revs have stranded 3 on the base pass and trail by 2 on the scoreboard. Rockers lead 3-1 through 3.5 on the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Vane Mercado.
Rocker fans, are you looking for a t-shirt? You know what time it is, Rockers Nation. It's t-shirt time.
fourth inning from Truist Point. Jamie Blake alongside Kendrick Fruits. Rockers lead it 3-1 over the York Revolution. Final game of the season series and final game of a 3-game set. The righty Duke Von Schaman on the mound for the Revs. Up for the Rockers, Jay Gonzalez, Mike Galino, and then the top of the order in Michael Russell. Lefty, righty, righty. Here to start off the fourth inning. Gonzalez digs in, very back of the left-handed batter's box. The pitch, swing and looped foul. Third base side, dunks into the Revs bullpen. Count goes to 0-1. Gonzalez is probably going to be a little more of a regular figure in this Rockers lineup down the stretch. Righty peers in for the sign. Now fires home. Fastball misses high. Count evens up 1-1. Johnny Field not in the lineup today, was placed on the inactive list. Means Jay Gonzalez has center field. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a ground ball under the glove of Franco into left field for a base hit. Gonzalez is 2 for 2, and the Rockers have the leadoff man on for the 4th straight inning.
It's just a hot shot on the ground. Franco really no time to make the adjustment and make the play.
Brings up the righty Mike Galino. How about that? The Rockers, this is their 4th offensive inning. And they've led it off with the runner getting on in every single one of them. Galino in from the right side. Had a 2-step lead off of first for Gonzalez. The pitch. Fastball. Misses on the inside corner of the righty. 1-0.
They have more hits in 3+ innings tonight than they did in the entirety of yesterday's game.
They already have 6 hits today. It's kind of funny that yesterday, the day that York went with the quote-unquote bullpen day, it wasn't in the end. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a ground ball right at Gregorio at short. Throws to second for 1, on to first. Just in time. Beats Galino by about a half step. And that's a 6-4-3 double play. Wipes everyone off the base pass and brings up the top of the order with 2 outs.
The order now batting Michael Russell.
Yesterday was a little bit of a wild one. Gio Abreu was originally slated to go for the Revs, was scratched about an hour and a half before first pitch. And enter Luis Sanchez, who in his first pro start went 6 innings and struck out 7. First pitch to Russell. Curveball misses low. Count at 1-0. And this was the dude's first career start. Had never thrown more than 32 pitches. 1-0 pitch. Curveball. Russell takes the letters. Called a strike. Evens up 1-1. And twirls 98 pitches. Goes 6 innings. Gives up 1 earned run and 4 hits. A little bit different today with Von Schaman. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a line drive in and over the glove of Gregorio into left field. That's a base hit for Russell. He's now 2 for 3 on the day. Being thrust into the leadoff spot with Johnny Field on the inactive list. Brings up Michael Martinez. 2 outs, 1 on. Rockers lead it 3-1, bottom of the 4th inning.
Well, before Von Schaman gave up 4 hits in his last start, his previous 3 before that, 9, 13, 7, and 9.
It has been a tough month for him. Check back to first, Russell back in time. Martinez up from the left side against the righty Von Schaman. 2 for 2 today, 2 singles, 1 in the first, 1 in the third. Extended his hit streak to 3 straight.
I'm not that into inclusive coaching.
Pitch from the righty. Swing, and Martinez fouls it off of himself, dribbles up the first base line. Goes down 1-1.
Just to prove that I have basic counting skills, those were his 4 previous starts before this last start, not 3.
It's the most hits Von Schaman has allowed in a start against the Rockers this year. Allowed 5 on opening day. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a ground ball right side of the infield. Kenley up with it at second, throws to first, and that ends the inning. Rockers don't get a run. They get 2 on, but a double play helps out Duke Von Schaman. And the Rockers retired in the fourth inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We're through 4 at the point. Rockers 3, Revs 1. We're back after this. The Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van Mercado.
Hi folks, which one is A, B, or C? Which one is B? You did a great job. All right, fans, put your fins up and get ready to dance to Jimmy Buffett's song, Fins. The Fin Gander is brought to you by B&H Pool and Patio Shop, celebrating over 50 years of providing high-quality service and all your pool needs in High Point, North Carolina.
Top of the 5th inning, righty Craig Stem back on the mound for the Rockers. They lead it 3-1 in what is a must-win game against the York Revolution. Javid Blake alongside Kendrick Fruits. Thanks so much for spending your Thursday night with us. Kicking off the start to the weekend. Beautiful night here at Truist Point. One of those late September days where you don't quite need a sweatshirt to start. You can break it out around the 6th inning. But a pretty cloudless night sky. Mikey Reynolds first up. Pitch from Stem. Curveball. Misses off the outside corner. Count at 1-0. Reynolds in from the right side. Tallied his first hit of the series in his first at-bat back in the 2nd. 1-0 pitch. Swing and fouled back to the screen. Count evens up 1-1. Reynolds coming into today was 0 for 8 with 2 strikeouts this week. Promptly said, doesn't matter, I'm getting a hit. He tallied 1 back in the 2nd. Came in today with a .351 average. 1-1 pitch. Swing and smacked on the ground. Right at short. Russell up with it. 2 steps. Fires to first in time. And that's out number 1.
Well, 2 strikeouts this week for Reynolds, although that's not bad. It's kind of a bit of an anomaly. He's a very good contact hitter who does not strike out much.
He's sort of a slap hitter. Doesn't hit for power, but gives you great defense. You can chip in with the contact. Brings up Lennon Rodriguez, 0 for 1 with a ground out back in the 2nd. Nobody on, 1 out. Rockers lead at 3-1 over York. Pitch from Stem. Fastball. Just misses low and away. Count at 1-0 to the righty. The pitch. Slow looping curve. Misses high. Count goes to 2-0. Rodriguez back into the box. The pitch. Takes a fastball away. Count goes to 3-0.
How'd you guys swing? Your friend goes, we had a blast. I go, Jamie, how'd you guys swing? He goes, we had a blast.
A couple of Revs fans in the ballpark today. Was talking with Revs play-by-play guy Daryl Henry. 3-0 pitch. Fastball, cold to strike on the outside corner. Count goes to 3-1. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, comes 3 or 4 Revs fans to say hello, who made the drive down from York, Pennsylvania. It's about a 7-hour drive. The pitch, swing and a ground ball right side of the infield past the reach of Martinez into right. It's a 1-out single for Rodriguez and turns things over to the top of the order with a 1 out for James Harris. But there is one York Revolution fan who I guess is not rooting for the Revs today because he showed up in a Craig Stem Freedom Division All-Star jersey from 2019 when the Revs hosted the All-Star game. James Harris up to the plate from the right side. Represents the tying run in a 3-1 ball game here on the 5th. Galino sets up away. The pitch. Swing and chopped foul off the netting on the first base side. Count goes to 0-1.
Well, the one similarity between Stem and Von Schaman, both of them will give up their share of hits, especially this York team, which is tied for second in the league in batting average coming into today. But Craig Stem so far really done a bad job. Only 5 hits allowed, and he scattered them.
The pitch. Fastball dots the outside corner. Count goes to 0-2 on Harris. There were a couple fans for the Revs that driving some long distances. One of them has a timeshare in Lexington that they're using to kind of travel around, go to the ballparks and visit whenever the Revs are in town. 0-2 pitch, forkball, swing and a line drive, fair ball down the left field line, rolls into the corner. Rodriguez rounds second, heads to third. Lattimore's just picking it up. Rodriguez rounds third, the throw comes into Russell. He cuts it off about halfway up the line in short left. Rodriguez scores all the way from first. It's an RBI double for James Harris. It's now a 3-2 ball game.
That was a very interesting ground ball. It was a rocket at first that got past Cardullo, but then after that, it's almost just as if somebody threw out the parachute and that ball just slowed down, and it took Lattimore forever to get to it.
For Harris's 50th RBI of the year, Rodriguez, but the catcher using the speed, scores all the way from first and the ball to left. Brings up the lefty Jack Kenley with the one out, and now the tying run at second. Kenley today 1 for 2. The pitch swings and wafts it short left field. Russell goes over, Cardullo goes out, slides and makes the catch, gets to his knees, throws to second, not in time. Way off the bag was James Harris. Cardullo almost had the play of the year from short left.
Nice play, Cardullo!
Kenley retired. That's out number 2. What a play from Steven Cardullo. Turned around on his horse to short left. He's able to make the catch sliding on his knees, and then the baseball IQ showing off. Turned around on the knees and just threw a dart to second. It was just a little bit late. Brings up the righty Melky Mesa with 2 outs and 1 on. Rutgers lead it 3-2. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Well, Kenley being retired is something that does not happen often, especially this series. Came into today 5 for 7. Is now 6 for 10, which is the 4th time he's been retired all series. Stem looks in against the righty Mesa, 0 for 2 today. A 1 pitch. Swing and a ground ball left side of the infield. In comes Cardullo, grabs it on a hop, a high throw to first, brings Downs off the bag, but he anchors the back leg. And that ends the inning. Well, the Revs crawl back and get one, which has pretty much just been the MO with this whole series long. They get 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. A nice little exclamation point from Steven Cardullo down the third baseline. We're through 4.5. Rockers 3, Revs 2. We're back after this. The Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Vanderbilt Von Schaman back on the mound for the York Revolution. Top of the 5th inning. That bottom of the 5th inning. Jacob Blake alongside Kendrick Fruits. What a series this has been. every single game so far has been either a one-run game or tied at the midway point. That's no different today. Rockers lead it 3-2. It's Jerry Downs, Stephen Cardullo, and Quincy Lattimore, lefty, righty, righty, up to face the righty Von Schaum. Downs last time up hit a massive home run, about 10 feet to the left of the scoreboard and right. First pitch, curveball, bites the outside corner. Count goes to 0-1. Downs' two-run homer put the Rockers in the lead, 3-1 in the third inning.
Yeah, you should ask Jamie about his. You don't cut that off.
0-1 pitch. Fastball misses inside. Count goes to 1-1.
They definitely don't want to hear
You
me.
should ask Jamie about his first T-ball.
And hello to Rockers general manager Christian Heimel, who's right next to our crowd mic outside the booth. 1-1 pitch to the lefty. Swing and a ground ball right side of the infield, right at Kenley at second, picks it up, fires to first. Downs retired for out number 1. Is that Stephen Cardullo? Cardullo today 0 for 2. It's been a tough little stretch for him. 2 for his last 18 at the plate. He's been able to find his way on base by virtue of working 3 walks in total, but he's also been hit 3 times. Digs in from the right side against the righty Von Schaum. First pitch, fastball. Called a strike at the letters, 0-1. But what a treat this series has been. Every single one of these games has been close and down to the wire. The two teams trying to get in the playoffs. 0-1 pitch. Curveball, swing and lifted out to left field. Harris goes back, and this one is gone over the wall, and Stephen Cardullo brings up the 20 mark. Von Schaum hung a curve. Cardullo pounced all over it. His 20th homer of the year, 76th RBI, and the Rockers lead it 4-2.
That's big. You get the run back that you give up in the top of the inning, and for Cardullo, the second hit this year, and the momentum comes right back onto the side of the hometown team.
Well, that is Cardullo's 3rd hit in the last 6 games. All 3 of them have been homers, and all 3 of them have been homers to left. Brings up Quincy Lattimore, 0 for 2 today. The pitch, curveball, bites the inside corner, called strike 1.
It's also his 8th home run of September.
A 1 pitch. Swing and a ground ball left side of the infield. Franco up with it towards the shortstop hole. The throw to first bounces into the glove of Rodriguez. Beats Lattimore by about a step. That's out number 2.
Von Schauman's kind of reversed the trends here after starting the game with 7 consecutive fly ball outs. His last 4 have now been ground ball outs.
Brings up the lefty Jared Mitchell. Rockers lead it 4-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 5th inning. This is a York team, though, that is no stranger to putting runs on the board. First pitch to the lefty. Fastball. Check swing. They check to third. Third base umpire Lindy Hull forgot to realize that they were pointing at him and that actually meant he had to do something. Was talking with third baseman Carlos Franco. He does not go. Count at 1 ball and no strikes.
He wasn't even looking that entire pitch. Rodriguez is not happy with it.
1-0 pitch. Swing and fouled off third base side out of play. Count evens up 1-1. Quincy Neaporte on deck. Jay Gonzalez behind him. Mitchell Leo for 1. Walked in the second. Flown to right in the third. 1-1 pitch. Fastball. High and away. Count goes to 2-1. Mitchell's another guy who's struggled last couple of games. 1 for 6 with 3 strikeouts in the series coming into today. So with the 0 for 1 performance, now 1 for 7. 2-1 pitch. Fastball. Misses inside. Count goes to 3-1. the righty. Kicks and fires home. Fastball misses away, ball 4. It's a 5-pitch walk to Jared Mitchell and brings up the Frontier League MVP, Quincy Neaporte. Second walk today for Mitchell. It's only the second walk allowed by Von Schaman. And brings up Neaporte, a guy who just lit the Frontier League on fire this year. Hit the go-ahead home run in Game 4 against the Washington Wild Things in the Frontier League Championship Series. Take home the title for Schaumburg. He's 0 for 2 today in his first Atlantic League appearance. The pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball. Count goes to 0-1 on the righty. And you just heard it in our crowd, Mike. He is a big guy with a lot of power. Makes contact, it's loud. 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses inside, delayed steal for Mitchell. The throw to second's a good one, but the ball just comes out of the glove of Kenley. Mitchell has the stolen base. It's his 26th of the year. The 137th against York. That's the second worst total in the league. And it's also the 24th straight stolen base for the Rockers without getting caught. A streak that is almost stretched to 3 weeks since someone got thrown out in the base paths. Pitch to Neaporte. Swing and a ground ball. Third base side. In comes Franco. It's hugging the line. Just barely fair. Going to third is Mitchell. Tries to swim around the tag, but what a play from Franco. Just tags the back of Mitchell's foot. And for the second straight day, Mitchell is thrown out at third on a ball that wasn't initially out on the tag. But a swim move gets him today. Was his foot just coming off the base last night? And Neaporte grounds into a fielder's choice for the second straight at-bat. The Rockers get one back. It's 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Cardullo joins the 20 home run club on the year. And the Rockers lead things 4-2 through 5. We're back after this. The Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van Morgana.
Thanks for coming out tonight. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Also, as a special treat to Rockers pitcher Joe Johnson, his grandfather, George Joseph, is with us tonight. Welcome to Truist Point, Mr. Joseph. Proud of its 50-year history in Nightgoing Coat is a leading manufacturer of upholstery and mattress fabrics. Their newest innovations, Live Smart, Evolve, upholstery fabric, and Chill 6 mattress fabric have kept over 63 billion plastic bottles and counting. They're in landfills, waterways, and oceans. Visit book.com to learn more. Top of the 6th, leading off, Ellie Rodriguez.
Top of the 6th inning, Craig Stem on the mound. Rockers lead it 4-2 over the York Revolution. Ellie Rodriguez first to face him. The pitch, swing and a ground ball wide of the third base bag, backhanded by Cardullo, but it's foul. Count 0-1. Jacob Blake alongside Kendrick Fruits. It's Nelly Rodriguez, Carlos Franco, and Wellington Dotel, righty-lefty-righty, against the righty Craig Stem. It's just his 77th pitch of the night here in the 6th inning. Someone who's averaged 102 pitches to start in his last 6. 0-1 pitch, curveball swinging, popped up first base side, Downs ranges over towards the stands. It's a couple rows back and out of play. Count goes to 0-2. So with the average, Stem's good for about 25 or so more pitches. I think that potentially at least gets him the 6th. If all goes well, the 7th as well. 0-2 the count to Rodriguez. He's 0 for 2 today. The pitch, curveball. Just misses on the inside corner. Count goes to 1-2. Carlos Franco on deck. He's tagged Craig Stem in a big way tonight. 2 for 2 with a homer and a single. 1-2 pitch. Fastball swing and a miss, strike 3. Rodriguez swung right over it. It was about a ball off the outside corner. That's the 4th strikeout for Craig Stem. And brings up Carlos Franco. Franco today 2 for 2. Popped his 11th homer of the year off the scoreboard right back in the second. That got York on the board. Digs in from the left side. The pitch. Fastball spiked in the dirt. Right into the glove of Galino. Count goes to 1-0. 1-0 pitch from the righty. Stares at the fastball. Called a strike. Count evens up 1-1. Rockers lead at 4-2. Top of the 6th inning. It's been a good one so far. The pitch, forkball, swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2. Revs got 1 in the second. Rockers responded with 1 in the bottom half, then 2 more in the third. 1-2 pitch, forkball, misses low in the dirt. Count evens up 2-2. Teams traded runs in the 5th. York cut it to 3-2. RBI double by James Harris, and then Stephen Cardullo quickly erased that in the bottom half of the inning. Made it 4-2 on a solo shot. 2-2 pitch. Forkball again misses in the dirt. Count goes full at 3-2. I mean, it really does feel like every game in this series has gone down to the wire. Payoff pitch. Fastball misses low, and that's the first walk allowed tonight by Craig Stem. Franco to first, Wellington Dodell to the plate with 1 out here in the 6th.
This is the Rockers pitching staff best at allowing walks as far as the fewest walks allowed this year.
Starting pitching staff this time through. It's the last 4 games plus today. They've walked just 7 total batters. First pitch to Dodell. Fastball misses low, 1-0. Dodell today 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the second. Grounded out to second in the 4th. One-0 pitch. Swing and popped foul. First base side out of play. Count evens up 1-1. The Revs as a team today have 6 hits. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. Count goes to 1-2. They have 6 hits today. Pretty much the key to scoring runs is get 2 in an inning. They had 2 in the second, scored a run, 2 in the 5th, and scored a run. Stem's been able to scatter them. Only one guy is a multi-hit game, and that's Carlos Franco. 1-2 pitch to the righty. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Dials it up and becomes the 5th straight Rockers starter to strike out at least 5 in a ball game. Brings up Osme Gregorio. 2 outs, 1 on. Rockers lead at 4-2 here in the 6th inning. The strikeouts have just piled up for the Rockers pitching staff. First pitch, Gregorio swings and chops it on the ground to second. Martinez comes up with it, underhands to Russell at the bag, and that ends the inning. Franco out on the fielder's choice. Gregorio falls to 0 for 3 on the day. The Reds held off the board in the top half of the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. Craig Stem has held York in check through 6 innings of play. We're through 5.5. The Rockers lead it 4-2. Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
We thank you so much for your service, and thank you to Cricket Wireless for sponsoring the Rockers Roll of Honor. For the hometown hero in your life, nominate him to sit in our Roll of Honor. Now slide into highpointrockers.com. And now get ready to show those pearly whites, fans. It's time for the Smile Cam brought to you by Dr. Bradley and Samuel. If you need a great dentist, call ours at 336-883-2316. Or visit www.bradleysamuelds.com. Dr. Bradley Samuel, official dentist of the Highland Rockers.
Bottom 6, Rockers lead it 4-2. Duke Von Schaman back on the mound for the York Revolution. Faces Jay Gonzalez, Mike Galino, and then the top of the order, 8, 9, and 1.
Bottom 6, leading off for High Point, Jay Gonzalez.
Jay Gonzalez to lead things off. Rockers got one back last inning. Lead was cut to 3-2, and they quickly extended it to 4-2. Stephen Cardullo's 20th home run of the year. On the play also became just the 3rd Rocker ever to hit the 76 RBI mark, which coming into the year was the franchise high set by Hector Gomez. First pitch of the inning. Curveball, called to strike on the outside corner. Counted 0-1 to Gonzalez. Gomez led the Rockers in 2019, their only completed season of play so far. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a ground ball right side of the infield, right at Jack Kenley. Up with it, throws to first. That's quickly the first out of the inning.
Couple quick notes really quickly around the Atlantic League. While the Barnstormers have a 6-3 lead on the Blue Crabs, O.J. Mazzilli has hit his second 2-run home run of the game. Long Island's just tied Charleston 4-4. And Gastonia's Joshua Saleh is the first in the Atlantic League to hit the 100 RBI mark this year with a 3-run homer to give him 101.
Brings up Mike Galino from the right side. 0 for 2 today, grounded into a double play last time he was up back in the 4th inning. Pitch from Von Schaman. Curveball swing and popped up behind home plate, out of play. Count goes to 0-1. We've mentioned it a couple of times this week. All the Rockers can do down the stretch is win. They do not control their own destiny to the playoffs. They are massive Long Island Duck fans. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a ground ball off the sort of the nub of the bat. Just short. Throws to first in time. That's out number 2.
But you've said it a couple of times this year. How about Joshua Saleh? I mean, just so dominant in the Atlantic League this year after everything he's gone through. It's a really neat story.
It really is, but back to the Ducks. The Rockers, to make the playoffs, need to either win the South Division, which they are 3.5 back with after today 10 to go, or as Michael Russell steps up from the right side. 2 outs, nobody on. Von Schaman calls time. Or they need the Ducks to repeat as champions of the North Division and hold off the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. The pitch. Fastball, called a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. The Ducks came in today with a 1.5 game lead on Southern Maryland. York is right on their tails. They're 3 back with after today 9 games to go. 0-1 pitch. Fastball, called to strike on the inside corner. Count quickly to 0-2.
The good thing is the Rockers play the Blue Crabs the next 6 games after this game tonight, so they could really, you said they control their own destiny, they could really write that story over the next week or so.
Only problem is the 0-2 pitch. Curveball, bites in the dirt, count goes to 1-2. The Rockers can do everything they can to clinch the wild card. the York Revolution end the season against the Long Island Ducks. If it's a situation where the Revs are a game back, they can win the division. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a line drive, base hit into left field. Harris has it on a hop. And it's a 3-hit day for Michael Russell. Came into today 1 for 9 in the series, and all of a sudden has popped out a 3 for 4 ball game and brings up Michael Martinez with 2 outs and a man on. That's going to be the series that everyone circles on their calendar, the Revs against the Ducks. You think with the Ducks already have locked up a playoff spot, they won the first half of the North Division. That might be, especially for one of the oldest teams in the Atlantic League, where you see some guys getting rest. First pitch, swing and clubbed out to right field. Dotel goes back towards the track, towards the wall, looks up, and it's gone! Home run for Michael Martinez, a 2-run shot, and the Rockers add to their lead. It's now 6-2. Martinez crosses home, big high five from Michael Russell. It's the 4th home run of the season for Michael Martinez, his 3rd hit of the night. Brings up the RBI total to 28 in the year. The Rockers extend the lead a little bit more. They've had a homer in 2 straight innings. They're now up by 4. Jerry Downs up to the plate. The pitch. Curveball, called a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. For Martinez, that was his first home run since about 2 weeks back at Gastonia. September 17th. 0-1 pitch, swing and popped out. Left field, Harris goes back towards the track. It's carrying at the wall, he leaps and comes down with the catch, tumbles onto the warning track, and somehow hangs on to it for the 3rd out of the inning. James Harris with the play of the night to take away an extra base hit from Jerry Downs. And that ends things here in the 6th inning. Well, what a wild one. And James Harris helps Duke von Schaumann get out of the inning. Rockers get 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, nobody left on base. We're through 6 at Truist Point. Rockers lead at 6-2. Craig Stem back on the mound when we return. Rockers baseball network driven by Van York Auto.
You know the rules. That's on the ground. That's on the bats. And you spin as fast as you can. Like everyone on your mark. Get set. Go. Fans, I need you to cheer like you just saw Michael Martinez. Get those rally clothes going. The louder you cheer, the faster spin. The louder you cheer, the faster the spin. Come on, Michael. Stop. Come on now. What are you doing? Come on now. You're embarrassing everybody. On your marks. Get set, go, go! Somebody goes! Watch him! You got it! Stars in the Wonderland! Nose! Crawling away the finish line! That's how you do it, boys! Give them a round of applause for our present board, Dinky Backers!
Leading off the top of the 7th. For York, Mikey Reynolds.
Top of the 7th inning, Rockers have extended their lead now 6-2 over York. High Point they had a 3-1 lead into the mid stages, and they've doubled it with 1 run in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. York has a right-hander up in the bullpen. High Point, Craig Stem back out on the mound, and he deals fastball strike 1 to Mikey Reynolds. It's Reynolds, Rodriguez, and Harris coming up here in the top of the 7th. Stem comes set, floats 1. Timeout called by Lindy Hall as a baseball got loose from the Rockers dugout, so that pitch did not count. And the count 0-1. Stem just kind of floated it in there as he heard timeout being called. So that pitch doesn't count. No balls and 1 strike. Rockers have a right-hander up in the bullpen. comes the 0-1. Check swing, they go down to first base, and yes, he did go, says Tim Detweiler. They count 0-2. Looks like Crawford in the bullpen.
And in the pen for the Revs is Israel Cruz.
Pop up, shallow right field. Out goes Martinez, in goes Mitchell. Mitchell calls Martinez off and makes the catch, out number 1. Well, I was texting with the media relations manager of the High Point Rockers, Steve Shutt, yesterday or 2 days ago. I can't remember what day it was now. As we're getting to the end of the month, it's time to start thinking about pitcher of the month and player of the month, and each team has a nominee. As Lennon Rodriguez comes up, and I told Steve, I said, I think that the pitcher of the month nominee for the Rockers is Jonathan Crawford. He has been absolutely fantastic this month. As that first pitch to Rodriguez, down low, ball 1. Now, usually relievers have a long shot to actually win the award, but I thought Crawford deserved the nominations. That pitch called strike, and the count 1-1.
Well, anytime you strike out 23 guys in 11 2/3 innings, you deserve consideration for some sort of award.
The 1-1 coming here, pops straight up, and it's going to drift out of play in the count 1-2.
I mean, he has more strikeouts than anyone else on the entire Rockers staff while only pitching 11 2/3 innings.
And the other thing that kind of helps out his case, here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Way out in front of it was Rodriguez. That's the second out of the inning. The one thing that really helps his case is that for the first time all year, there wasn't really a starting pitcher that stood out this month for the Rockers. Obviously, it was Tommy Lawrence last month. It was Cooper Casad the month before, and it was Luke Westfall the month before that. But none of the starters particularly just took it and ran with it this month. Brings up the top of the lineup in James Harris. Fastball at the knees, called strike to Harris, count 0-1. That pitch number 99 for Stem, so most likely he finishes this inning and that's it. Fastball again, and again a called strike, count 0-2. Craig Stem sitting on 6 strikeouts, would love to end his night, presumably, with number 7. Here comes the 0-2 to Harris. Fastball tapped weakly, third base line. Galino's going to watch it as it will bounce foul, and the count stays 0-2. Other than an RBI double from James Harris, a base hit from Mikey Reynolds back in the second, Craig Stem has kept the Revs off the board today. He's had really a really good September. Might have his ERA down, at least for the month, around the 5 mark. It was 5.24 coming into today. Here's the 0-2. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Stem went with the outside fastball. Harris waved at it, and that is the final out of the inning. Strikeout number 7 for Craig Stem. And it's stretch time here at Truist Point. Rockers lead at 6-2 on the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
Now let's join together and sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Rockers fans, we need your help. At the point to cheer on your High Point Rockers as they push for the playoffs. This weekend is the last weekend your High Point Rockers will be playing at home this season. Tomorrow night is the last fireworks show of the year. Come join us, and we welcome all fans to watch the most spectacular fireworks show in the Triad on the same field that the Rockers play on. Be sure to also arrive early as the first 11,000 fans in Hallmark will also receive a commemorative 2021 High Point Rockers team photo. Saturday night is also Heat at the Point. The Rockers will be sporting a specialty jersey that will be auctioned off to help benefit the Hayworth Cancer Center.
Bottom of the 7th inning, and the Reds go to the bullpen. It's Israel Cruz coming in relief of Von Schaman. 1-1, 3.48 run average, 22 appearances. He's walked 9, has struck out 23, with opponents only hitting a $197 off of him. Von Schaman's day is done. After 6 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs, 5 of which were earned, 2 walks, no strikeouts, and 3 home runs allowed. 1 by Martinez, 1 by Downs, and 1 by Steven Cardulo. Speaking of Cardulo, he will be leading off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's Cardulo, Lattimore, and Mitchell.
Steven Cardulo.
And if anybody gets on, it's the designated hitter, Quincy Neaporte. Cardulo, a solo home run in his last at-bat. Gave him 20 on the year, 76 batted in. Not only is he the 3rd Rocker to hit the 76 mark, but he's the 2nd in the last 3 days to do so. Cruz delivers first pitch to the bottom of the 7th. It's a fastball low in the count 1-0. Rockers with a 4-run lead. Never hurts to add a little more insurance, though. Cardulo takes fastball upstairs, count 2-0.
With a little cut!
Here comes the 2-0. Fastball, there's a called strike, and the count 2-1. As we're watching the other games, Charleston has just gone back in front of Long Island 5-4 in the 6th inning. Cardulo takes a fastball low, and the count is 3-1.
All the way from where that brick entranceway is left is his.
Cruz delivers the 3-1, and that's down low. It's a ball 4 for Cardulo. He works a walk, and that'll bring up Quincy Lattimore. Lattimore did reach on an error back in the 3rd inning. But still searching for his first clean base hit tonight. Speaking of base hits, the Rockers have out-hit York 10-6.
That's what Jamie called him a couple times. He did hit a good shot, Jamie.
Now we'll see Cruz work from the stretch. One of the few relievers that goes from the windup with nobody on base. First pitch is a called strike. Snap throw down to first. Back in standing is Cardulo. So the count 0-1 to Lattimore. Mitchell waits on deck. Neaporte stands at the top of the steps. Comes the 0-1 to Lattimore. High fastball. Lattimore bends backwards to avoid that one. And the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Cruz comes set. Comes the 1-1. That one's down low, and the count 2 balls and a strike. Cruz has missed a lot down today. But granted, he's only thrown 8 pitches, but 3 of them have been down low.
That's my parking lot attendant.
Cardulo takes his lead off of first. Here comes the 2-1 to Lattimore. Quincy takes there just inside, and the count goes to 3-1, and Israel Cruz is in danger of walking the first 2 hitters of the 7th inning. solid strikeout to walk ratio at the beginning of the inning, but could change in a hurry. His back-to-back walks here in the 7th. That'll bring up Jared Mitchell now. Mitchell today 0 for 1, has walked twice, has scored, and has stolen the base. That is the 4th walk allowed by York pitchers, but perhaps the really impressive thing, even though there's still 6 offensive outs to go, it may change, but here's the impressive thing. High Point hitters have not struck out yet tonight. Cruz steps off as Gregorio was standing over at second base. Cardulo had a good lead, and Cruz wanted to make sure that Cardulo wasn't getting too far off of the bag. Here comes the first pitch to Mitchell. Takes fastball, called strike at the knees, and the count is 0-1. Only 2 Rockers have not reached base today, the designated hitter Neaporte and the catcher Galino.
That's right.
Cruz comes set, ready to deliver the 0-1 to Mitchell. Here it comes. That pitch just stays away, and the count 1-1. Well, York has had their best month of the year. No matter what happens tonight, they will finish with a winning record in the month of September. That is the only month that they have finished above 500. A little bit of a different story for High Point as that pitch up high, the count 2-1. After an August that saw the Rockers go 16-10, which came off the heels of a 17-12 July, the Rockers come into tonight sitting at just 13-12. They'll need a win to give them their 3rd consecutive month over 500. Comes the 2-1 from Cruz. Righty holds the set. Mitchell swings through it, and the count 2-2.
Let's go.
Cardulo took a very big secondary lead there, almost as if he was going to run, but he did not. Neaporte continues to warm up on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Mitchell. Left-hander up in the bullpen for York. Here comes the 2-2 to Mitchell. Fastball, and that is strike 3. First strikeout tonight by a Rockers batter. And that's the first out of the inning.
And that's Brandon Fry out in the bullpen. A soft-tossing lefty. Up Quincy Neaporte looking for his first Rockers hit. He's made some good contact tonight. Unfortunately for him, baseballs are going right to the defenders. A fly out and a couple of fielder's choice. Cardulo takes the lead off at second. Lattimore off at first. Here comes the first pitch from Cruz. He's going to step off and throw towards second base, and the ball gets away from Kenley. Both runners are going to advance. And that is the second error on a pickoff throw by a York pitcher today. Von Schaman had one early on in the ball game. Came back in the second, and now one from Israel Cruz. Another opportunity with runners in scoring position. They're just 1 for 8 in that category today. Doesn't matter then when you have the home run ball working like they do today.
Quincy Neaporte has a chance for his first Rockers RBI. Infield has come in for the Revs. And that pitch misses just outside 1-0. comes the 1-0. That's down and away as well. 2 balls, no strikes. Cruz has gone back to the windup now with the runner at third base. The Revs righty delivers the 2-0. Neaporte, a check swing. They go down and ask Tim Detweiler, who says he did not go around. And the count 3-0, and Cruz one bad one away from what would be his third walk allowed this inning, and that would load the bases. Here comes the pitch, big swing and a miss from Neaporte there, and the count is 3-1. Two runners in scoring position for High Point. Their lead is 4. It's 6-2. With 1 out in the 7th inning, they'd love to add a little more. Here comes the 3-1. Neaporte chops it foul, third base side, and the count goes 4.
Hey, nice hit!
Cruz has thrown 20 pitches, 7 of which have been strikes. Comes the 3-2. Swung on, and that's hit high in the air. Not deep, but high into left field. In comes Harris. Be tough for Cardullo to tag up. He's going to try it. Here comes the throw, and it hits Cardullo. The throw hit Cardullo in the ankle. He will score as Lattimore goes to third. Well, Cardullo plays a little defense, and it results in more offense as the Rockers score, and it's now a 7-2 ball game.
Something about the Rockers and scoring runs without a hit. Just go together. A little bit of luck there. Serves him well.
Quincy Neaporte has his first Rockers RBI before he notches his first Rockers hit.
In true Rockers fashion.
Mark Mason has gone out to the mound. He'll take the ball from Israel Cruz, and Brandon Fry is going to enter the ball game. Rockers have grabbed 1 run here in the 7th inning. With 2 outs, they'll have a runner at third base when we come back. New pitcher on the mound next. Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
All right, Rutgers fans, it's time for the 107.5 WKZL Dance Cam. Take a look at the Jumbotron and show us your moves. Pitching Brandon Fry. This one bullpen is sponsored by
Brandon Fry has come in, first left-handed pitcher out of the bullpen for the Revs today. Israel Cruz is done after 2/3 of an inning. Did not give up a hit, walked a couple, gave up an unearned run. At least at the moment it's unearned, as well as 1 strikeout. Lattimore at third base is his responsibility, and it'll be up to Brandon Fry to try to leave him there.
Fry makes his 43rd appearance of the year, 4.20 the ERA in 45 innings pitched, 23 walks, 36 strikeouts, and opponents hitting .231 against him.
It'll be a lefty-lefty matchup as left-handed hitter Jay Gonzalez drives to the left-handed batter's box. Rockers with a 5-run lead. It is 7-2 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Brandon Fry. Step onto the rubber. And the lefty deals his first pitch, swing and a miss. Curveball down and away, and the count is 0-1. Fry comes set, ready to deliver the 0-1. Here it comes. And taking is Gonzalez, but it's a called strike. And the count 0-2. One run already in here in the 7th inning. Rockers have another duck on the pond at third base. Fry comes set. And the bespectacled lefty delivers the 0-2 down in the dirt. And the count 1-2 strikes. Mike Galino waits on deck should the 7th inning continue. Lattimore takes his lead off the third. As Fry comes set, here comes the 1-2. And it's a wave and a miss, strike 3. Down goes Jay Gonzalez for the final out of the inning. But Quincy Neaporte's first Rockers RBI on the sac fly extends High Point's lead, 7-2. We go to the top of the 8th now on the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by
That's right, for only $100, you can secure your very own seats for the entire 2022 High Rockers season. To save your spot and for more information, visit the sales table on the concourse behind the plate before it's too late. Fans, direct your attention to the field where you're about to witness the most exciting game of the Rocker Ball. Brought to you by Gulf First. Be sure to cheer them on. All right, Chris, you take it away.
All right, Rockers Nation, here we go. I'm Chris, hyped up the crowd. I'm Chase over here. It's Battle of the Mullets in Rocker Ball tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise. Here we go. Round 1, boys. 1, 2, 1. Rocker Ball. Let's see it. Let's see it. Oh! Chase. Looking like Dustin Hoffman and Cook got absolutely torched on that one. All right, here we go, boys. One more time. 3, 1. Rocker Ball. Oh! All right, you know what? You guys have been such a great crowd tonight. We're going to do one more from the Rocker Ball. What do you say? Here we go. Make some noise. One final time. 3, 2, 1. Rocker Ball. Oh my. Oh, jeez. Out of nowhere. Right out of nowhere. I think he's the winner of Rocker Ball. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, this is interesting. Greg Stem has come back out in the 8th inning at 102 pitches. Jamie Keefe is going to let Stem try to go a little deeper into this ball game. Crawford was up and throwing earlier. Rockers bullpen, somebody in it right now, and it is Crawford again. He has not been throwing this entire time. We'll see how far Jamie Keefe wants to let Craig Stem go. He'll face 2, 3, and 4. That's Kinley in the pitcher spot and Rodriguez. Josue Herrera is in the on-deck circle. First pitch to Kinley is a called strike, and the count 0-1.
I think the big reasoning and factor that went into it is the fact that it's a 7-2 ball game. Stem has a little bit of room to kind of gain some confidence, and that's what you want from one of your better pitchers.
Floats the slider in there. That's a strike, and the count is 0-2. Well, I would say on top of that, you could look at the 7th inning and say that was probably his best inning of the night. A 1-2-3 inning with the last 2 being punch-outs. Here comes the 0-2. High fastball from Stem, and the count 1-2 strikes. Another good thing about Stem's night is that pitch swung on, lined into right field just over the outstretched glove of Michael Martinez. Martinez needed about another ½ inch of elevation to make that play. That is the 7th hit of the ball game for York. The pinch hitter here is Josue Herrera. Craig Stem still out there on the mound. Jamie Keefe has not gone out of the Rockers dugout. 1 Comes the first pitch from Stem, and that's hit on the ground just past Jerry Downs into right field. Heading to third base is Kenley. The throw is going to be cut off by Russell. That was a play, a ground ball that about another foot towards the first base line, and Downs has it, and it's a double play. Just a well-placed ground ball there by Herrera. Now runners at the corners and nobody out. Jamie Keefe is now heading to the mound. Craig Stem gave up 2 singles here in the top of the 8th inning, and Craig Stem is going to hand the ball over to Jamie Keefe and walk out to a well-deserved round of applause. Jonathan Crawford coming in, and we'll give you his numbers when we come back with the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Manuel Norman.
Good game, Steve.
Rockers go to the bullpen. It's Jonathan Crawford in relief of Craig Stem at the top of the 8th inning. Stem 7+ innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, both earned a walk, 7 strikeouts. He is responsible for both runners on the corners, but Jonathan Crawford has had a lights-out September. Comes in now.
Crawford's just been nasty all year. 3.20 the ERA in 19 2/3 innings pitch. Makes his 18th appearance on the season. 9 walks, 27 strikeouts, 181 the opponent's batting average against. This month, we touched on it a couple of innings ago, just dominant. 11 appearances and 23 strikeouts in 11 2/3 innings pitch, which means he struck out 23 out of 35 possible innings.
We'll be facing the power portion of this lineup, Rodriguez, Franco, and Dotel. Ellie Rodriguez will come up 0-for-3 today, struck out in his last at-bat. Rockers infield wouldn't mind giving up the run at third base. They'll trade it for a ground ball double play. Here comes the pitch from Crawford. Swing and a miss. Count 0-1. The way Crawford's been pitching, he may have other ideas here in the 8th inning. Right-hander up in the bullpen for York. He's just started throwing. Here comes the 0-1 to Rodriguez from Crawford. Crawford holds the set, now kicks and fires. Swung on, popped up out of play, and the count 0-2. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's Bubby Rossman out in the pen. Right-hander.
That would be a new name to the series. Not seen Rossman yet this week. Kenley, the runner at third. Runner at first base is Josue Herrera. Here comes the 0-2 to Rodriguez. Off-speed pitch. Tried to get him to chase low, but Rodriguez held up. And the count is 1-2. Touched on it a little bit back in the 3rd inning when Duke Von Schaman was still in the game. Nelly Rodriguez was taken 4 slots ahead of Duke Von Schaman in the 2012 Major League Baseball draft, 15th round by the Cleveland Indians. Here comes the 1-2. Fastball way outside, but Mike Galino was able to corral it. The count 2-2. Rodriguez has battled back here, was 0-2, now is 2-2. Crawford delivers, and that one spiked in front of the plate. Good block by Galino, and the count goes full. Crawford's been trying with off-speed things and pitches out of the zone, trying to get Rodriguez to chase. Rodriguez has shown some very good plate discipline. The 3-2 coming. And it's a high fastball at Rodriguez's head. It's ball 4, and that's going to load the bases for Carlos Franco. Well, it's one thing to have a fastball buzz by your head. It's another one when Jonathan Crawford threw it at 95 miles an hour. Carlos Franco today, 2 for 2, is also walked. Still nobody out in the top of the 8th inning. As Crawford steps off the rubber, the tying run is in the on-deck circle in the form of Wellington Dotel. First pitch coming here to Franco. Fastball, and that's going to catch the inside corner, and the count 0-1. Again, we'll set the runners for you. Kenley is at third base. At second base is Herrera. Rodriguez just recently put at first base with the walk. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on a weak ground ball right back to the mound. Crawford bobbles it, and his only play is going to be to first. Throws it low, but Jerry Downs scoops it up. And that's going to be the first out of the inning. 1 run will score. And it's now a 7-3 ball game with runners on second and third.
Time for a quick check of the Atlantic League scoreboard, brought to you by Judy Moore Cruise Planners. Everything so far is looking up for the Rockers. Gastonia leads Lexington 9-6. Lancaster up 6-4 on Southern Maryland, top 7. That Gastonia game also in the top of the 7th. And the Dirty Birds lead the Ducks 5-4, top of the 8th.
Brings up Wellington Dotel. Dotel 0 for 3 today with a couple of Ks. That run is charged to Craig Stem that just scored. First pitch fastball inside to Dotel, and the count 1-0. Runner at third base, if he scores, would also be Craig Stems. It's now a 4-run lead for the Rockers here in the top of the 8th inning. Here comes the pitch, fastball down and away, and the count 2-0. Crawford steps to the back base of the mound, now climbs back up to the rubber. Looks in for the sign from Galino. Here comes the 2-0 to Dotel. Fastball, that's a called strike, and the count 2-1.
What was that?
Fastballs from Crawford anywhere from 94 to 96 tonight. Comes the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Dotel chased down low, and the count 2-2. And looks like Jamison McGrain is up in the Rockers bullpen right now. Crawford comes set. Here comes the 2-2 to Dotel.
Gas him.
Righty delivers, swung on, line drive, right field. It gets out of play. The count will remain 2-2. Well, after tonight, there are only 3 games left in the Rockers 2021 home schedule. Those 3 tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Must see baseball and must win baseball for the High Point Rockers. Here comes the 2-2 to Dotel. Fastball, that's strike 3 looking. Down goes Dotel. And that's the second out of the inning.
It's time for tea.
Rockers Rockers pitchers. That is strikeout number 8 tonight. And the batter will be
Now batting shortstop, Gregorio.
Baseball gets loose from Jamison McGrain.
The Golden Corral.
That series against Southern Maryland, of course, begins tomorrow. Post-game fireworks. Also, the first 1,000 fans will get a 2021 Rockers team photo.
That was good stuff.
Crawford comes set. First pitch coming to Gregorio. It's a fastball called strike count, 0-1. Saturday, it's the final Forward High Point Rock the Point concert series concert featuring Brooke McBride. That's, of course, a free concert, 4 o'clock on Gatewood Avenue. It's also Pink at the Point night. Rockers are going to be wearing special pink jerseys. They look really, really nice. The 0-1 swing and a miss, count 0-2. Those jerseys will be available for auction to benefit the Hayworth Cancer Center, Atrium Health, Wake Forest Baptist. And of course, Sunday, the home stand and the home schedule this year ends with a family fun day presented by Bethany Medical. Get your tickets at highpointrockers.com. Here comes the 0-2 to Gregorio. Crawford kicks and fires. Fastball, and that's just off the outside corner. And the count 1-2. Also, time is running out to get your 2022 season tickets at the same rate from the inaugural season. That rate will change in the offseason, so get in on it before this year's schedule ends. For that information, you can also go to highpointrockers.com or call 336-888-1000. Here's the 1-2 to Gregorio. That's strike 3 looking. Jonathan Crawford back-to-back looking strikeouts. 1 run comes across in the inning for York, but the Rockers take a 4-run lead to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 7-3 on the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
The High Point Rockers would like to thank our corporate sponsors. We're grateful for their continued support and generosity. This call will be sponsored by Gigabit Wireless, working hard to keep you connected and safe. Get your equipment service today.
Bottom of the 8th inning, and the Rockers with a 7-3 lead over York. And they're coming up for what they hope is their final offensive half inning. York goes back to the bullpen. Fry came in relief of Israel Cruz after Cruz struggled a little bit in the bottom of the 7th. Fry came in, faced 1 batter, got him out. Now for York, it's right-hander Bubby Rossman.
Rossman makes his 33rd appearance this year, 5.52 the ERA in 29 1/3 innings pitched, 24 walks, 41 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .204 against him.
Rossman will face 9-1-2 when the Rockers line up. That's Galino, Russell, and Martinez.
Bottom 8, leading off for High Point.
Mike Galino on the day 0 for 3. Hitting at .222 on the season, looking to end his night on a high note. Rockers have picked up 4 extra base hits tonight, 4 of their 10. A double from Jay Gonzalez and then the 3 home runs. Rockers 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position today, but have the home run ball working. Doesn't quite matter as much. Swing and a miss from the first high fastball. Count 0-1 to Galino. Rossman comes set. And the right-hander delivers another fastball, this one at the knees, called strike 2 to Galeno.
Clap your hands.
Michael Russell waits on deck. He's put a 3-hit game together so far. This one swung on, poked right field side, and the count will stay 0-2.
Gotta go, Bryce! Golden glove, baby! The mullet didn't slow him down.
Rossman will use the first base side of the rubber. Peers in, gets the sign from Rodriguez. And here comes the 0-2 to Galeno. Spikes this one, goes back to the backstop, but doesn't matter with nobody on base. So the count now 1-2. McGrain still throwing in the Rockers bullpen. He'll most likely have the top of the 9th inning. He's been a Rocker since Saturday, and this will be his 4th appearance. High fastball there from Rossman, and the count 2-2. We've seen at times tonight, as that pitch just misses in and the count goes full to Galeno. At times tonight, as Rockers have had their bigger moments, we've seen some fans who were part of that first 500 in today using the rally towels that were handed out today, courtesy of Fiddlin' Fish. 3-2 coming to Galeno. He swings and fouls it off. Straight back off of the chest protector of Lennon Rodriguez, and Galeno stays alive. Rockers have scored in 3 consecutive innings, 1 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. The big thing is, while the Rockers have put together a couple of multi-run innings, they have spread York's 3 runs across 3 different innings. Galeno swings, line drive, center field, back a couple of steps is Reynolds, and he will flag that one down. And that is the first out of the inning.
That takes us to the top of the order now.
Bring up Michael Russell, a 3-for-4 night for your league leader in the Atlantic League in batting average. Which I can confirm because Roberto Baldacchini is 2-for-4 today. First pitch to Russell rather. That's outside. And the count 1-0. Top of the Rockers lineup, the top 4 guys have combined for 6 of the 7 runs tonight. Russell pops this one up. Shallow center field. And making the catch is Mikey Reynolds. And that's the second out of the inning. Brings up Michael Martinez. He's scored twice today, a single and a home run. 2 singles and a home run, actually. He's 3-for-4. Win tonight for the Rockers would also ensure that finish the series with the Revs having 1 more than they lost this year, which would be the 2nd time in 2 seasons. Martinez chases the high fastball, count 0-1. Rossman takes a long look in. Now comes set, ready to deliver the 0-1 to Martinez. Takes down and in, scoots him off the plate a little bit. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Michael Martinez, very familiar with facing York Revolution pitching in 2019. He was a member of the Lancaster Barnstormers. Here comes the 1-1, big swing and a miss, count 1-2. Jerry Downs waits on deck if the inning continues. And if not, Jamison McGrain waits in the Rockers bullpen. McGrain will face 8, 9, and 1 in the top of the 9th inning. Here comes the pitch. Martinez. Bouncing ball to second. Kenley is there and tosses it over to first base in time. That's the final out of the inning. Rockers retired 1, 2, 3 in the 8th. We head to the 9th. High Point with a 4-run lead. It's 7-3 Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van Broek.
The official post-game hangout for the High Point Rockers. Visiting tonight at 3815 Tinsley Drive in High Point.
Rockers Nation, how many win nights? Oh, come on, y'all. I need you guys to know if your Rockers are 3 off the way from time win. We need some noise tonight. Don't forget it doesn't end tonight. We got a big series this weekend, and we need your help. We need you here to get hyped up, get things going, and really put this team into the playoffs. You guys, oh my goodness. Can I help out with Trevor? Trevor, we got help. We got to get him.
They're acting like they're tired. That's actually a pretty good square.
Top of the 9th inning. Well, we said at the beginning of the night, you kind of have to treat every game like a playoff game. Translation, every game is about a must-win game, and the Rockers go to the top of the 9th inning with a 4-run lead. They head to the bullpen. Jonathan Crawford came in relief of Craig Stem last inning. Gave up 1 inherited run, but otherwise for Crawford, struck out 2, walked 1. And it's now Jamison McGrain, the former York Revolution, on the mound.
McGrain, in 3 appearances so far, has allowed 4 hits and 2 runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Makes his 4th appearance of the night. So far, batters 4 for 15 against him.
McGrain, 2 shutout innings in his first 2 appearances. Ran into a little bit of trouble on Tuesday, had a day off yesterday.
Right-handed,
a little bit of a bounce back. He'll be facing, again, 9 and 1. That is Reynolds, Rodriguez, and Harris. I would say there's a potential, now that we're in the top of the 9th inning and the Revs need some runs. Could see Rodriguez called back in a moment. Carlos Castro would come in as a pinch hitter. McGrain looks in, ready to begin the 9th inning. Mikey Reynolds, 1 hit and 3 trips to the plate. Fastball from McGrain. That's a called strike in the count, 0-1. The 0-1 coming here. Another fastball. This one fouled back, and the count is 0-2. McGrain quickly ahead of Mikey Reynolds, the guy we talked about doesn't strike out a whole lot, which means that just because you have an 0-2 count on him doesn't mean a whole lot, because Reynolds very good at protecting the plate. Saw some heat from Bubby Rossman last half inning. Mid-90s. Jamison McGrain starting his evening in the low 90s. That fastball.
No, BS!
Reynolds says it hit him. Home plate umpire Owen Ballard IV never gave him the base. Reynolds still talking to him, but it misses inside, and the count is 1-2. Reynolds is still talking to Owen Ballard. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And McGrain delivers the 1-2. Swung on and poked into shallow right field. Mitchell comes in, Martinez comes out, And it's Mitchell that puts it away. Out number 1 here at the top of the ninth. And it will be Lennon Rodriguez here, so no Carlos Castro off the bench. Rodriguez comes up, hitting 1 for 3. Win for the Rockers today would be their 60th. Would also eliminate the Revs from the wild card position, so their only avenue into the postseason would be to win the division. That pitch low when the count is 1-0. It also would eliminate the loser of the Gastonia-Lexington game from a wild card spot, which it wouldn't matter for Lexington, but would officially eliminate Gastonia in that capacity if they were to lose. There's the pitch, swung on, line drive into left center field, a base hit for Rodriguez. He's got himself a 2-hit ball game, and the Revs once again turn it back around to the top of the lineup. James Harris comes up. He is 1 for 4 today with a double and an RBI. Puts the glove up over the face, not quite Andy Pettit style, but still enough that poses an intimidating figure out there on the mound. Runner goes, here's the first pitch, fastball, popped up out of play. And the count 0-1. That was Lennon Rodriguez running with the pitch. Rodriguez has not attempted a steal this year. Steps back in to the right-handed box. And McGrain delivers the 0-1. That's poked up and out of play. Count 0-2 now. The Rockers just barely have out-hit York so far, 10-9. 3 York errors have really come back to bite them today. Here comes the 0-2 to Harris. Fastball, and that is strike 3 looking. Jamison McGrain just buries a fastball right past James Harris, and the Revs down to their final out.
That's also the 10th strikeout of the night for Rockers pitching, which means they have tallied 10-plus strikeouts in 5 straight games, going back to Game 1 of the doubleheader against Lancaster last week.
The pitching is absolutely locked in, and the good thing is the offense has come around to match them today. Here's Jack Kinley. Kinley, 2 singles today and 4 at-bats. He's the last hope for the Revs. McGrain holds the set, now delivers. First pitch fastball, and that's going to ricochet off of the shin guard of Mike Galino and goes almost down to first base. That's how much that fastball had going behind it, that it ricocheted that far away from Galino. So heading down to second base now is Lennon Rodriguez.
I think that actually hit off home plate umpire Owen Ballard's the 4th foot guard. His catcher's gear, that had to have hit something weird if it went all the way up the first base line.
Runner at second now, the 1-0 coming. There's a fastball just inside, and the count is 2-0. He's officially scored a wild pitch on McGrain. Rockers' lead is 4, though, so the runner going from first to second, not a huge loss. Here comes the 2-0, swing and a miss. Kenley late on it, and the count 2-1. Look at the difference in strikeouts by each pitching staff. Rockers have struck out 10. Revs have only struck out 2. 2-1. That's hit deep down the right field line. It's carrying. Mitchell's going back. That ball is foul. It had home run distance, but it curled foul according to first base umpire Tim Detweiler. Nothing more than a long strike in the count 2-2. Kenley thought he had his 12th of the year. Fans are standing and cheering as Jamison McGrain searching for the final strike of the ball game, final out of the ball game. Here comes the 2-2 to Kenley. McGrain kicks, fires, fastball, strike three looking. Rockers win it 7-3. This was a series they had to have, and they took it in the rubber match. Final score 7-3. Stick around for the Rickster's Grill postgame show. That's coming up after the break. The Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
Hang out with the High Point Rockers. Visited tonight at 3815 Tinsley Drive in High Point. Rockers fans, we need your help. Pack the parade and cheer on your High Point Rockers as they push for the playoffs. This weekend is the last weekend your High Point Rockers will play at home this season. Tomorrow night is the last fireworks show of the year. Join us as we welcome all fans to watch the most spectacular fireworks show of the Triad on the same field that the Rockers play on. Be sure to also arrive early as the first 1,000 fans of the ballpark will also receive a commemorative 2021 Rockers team photo. Friday night is also pink at the point. The Rockers will be sporting a specialty jersey that William Marshall benefit the Hayward Cancer Center at Atrium Health and Baptist. Sunday is the last chance for fans 13 and under to run the bases after the game. Don't forget to be here early because your very own Rockers players will be signing autographs at 4 o'clock p.m. on the concourse. The High Point University Marching Panthers will also be performing throughout the game. Hey fans, did you hear that you can secure your 2022 Rockers season tickets for only $100? That's right, for only $100 you can secure your very own seats for the entire 2022 High Point Rockers season. To save your spot and for more information, visit the sales table on the concourse behind our plate before it's too late.
Rockers Nation, I'm here on the field with Rockers manager Jamie Keefe after a big win skip. Great crowd tonight. Big win for you guys to stay in the playoff hunt. Talk about the atmosphere as in the field.
The atmosphere is great. This is playoff baseball for us. You guys, we're gonna be there all weekend. This is the biggest series of the year coming up these next 3 days. So get out here and support us. We thank you for tonight. Get back out here for the weekend. Thanks a lot, Skip. Congrats.
About that punt on 16. We thought you were going to talk about it.
Welcome into the Rickster's Grill postgame show. Rickster's Grill is the official postgame hangout of the High Point Rockers. Visit them today, 3815 Tinsley Drive in High Point. Well, at the end of the day, you can't worry about what anybody else does. You can only win your games, and that's exactly what the High Point Rockers did today. It was a very workmanlike win over the York Revolution, a 7-3 victory in which the pitching was there, the offense came around, and I would say this is probably the most complete game out of the Rockers we've seen in about a week or so.
I'd agree with that. A great Rockers win. Everything went their way. They got a couple of good hits. The home run ball was working, which is something we haven't seen from this team a whole lot in the last couple of games. But everything went their way, and at the end of the day, a big win for number 29 in the year.
Absolutely, and it's their 60th win of the season overall, which guarantees for the second year in the Rockers' existence they will not have a losing record, and they have a chance tomorrow to notch their second winning season in 2 years of existence. The Revs got on the board first in the top of the second inning, a solo home run from Carlos Franco, his 11th of the year, but in the bottom of the inning, Jay Gonzalez would double in Jared Mitchell, and that would tie it up at 1. The bottom of the third inning with a man on the board, Jerry Downs launched his 21st of the season. A 2 RBI shot gave him 78 RBIs on the year. Rockers lead at 3-1. York gets one back in the top of the 5th inning on a double from James Harris. Brought Lennon Rodriguez around to score all the way from first base. But in the bottom of the 5th inning, the Rockers again answer right back. Stephen Cardullo's 20th of the year, long shot, and the Rockers take a 4-2 lead. Bottom of the 6th inning, home run ball once again shows up in High Point. Michael Martinez, his 4th of the year, and the Rockers' 3rd of the night, makes it a 6-2 ball game as Michael Russell also came in and scored. Bottom of the 7th inning, Quincy Neaporte, sacrifice fly, his first High Point RBI. That brought a run in to score 7-2. Craig Stem into the 8th inning, but after a couple of base hits, the Rockers go to the bullpen, and Carlos Franco would ground out back to the mound. Crawford would scoop it up after fumbling it for a moment. The throw goes to first. That allows Jack Kinley to score, makes it 7-3. But in the 9th inning, well, let's just say Jamison McGrain was dealing. 2 strikeouts looking to end the ball game of Harris and Kinley. Rockers win it 7-3, a much-needed win tonight.
Final time of the game, 2 hours and 43 minutes. The attendance, 1,789. It's time to look around at the Atlantic League scoreboard one final time, brought to you by Jenny Maurer Cruise Planners. No other game has gone final yet. Bottom of the 8th inning, Ben Aklinski ties it up with a 2-run shot. 9-9 Gastonia and Lexington in a battle of 2 teams with which we'll see whichever team loses officially out of playoff contention in the second half, because the Charleston Dirty Birds are up 7-5 over the Long Island Ducks. Top of the 9th inning, Mike Broadway on to close it out. Top of the 8th inning, Lancaster 6, Southern Maryland 4. Blue Crabs don't come back, lose the game. They'd end up being 4 back of the Rockers going into a weekend series that sees the 2 teams play 3 in High Point and then 3 more in Southern Maryland.
Well, a much-needed victory today for Craig Stem as well. Improves to 5-10 on the year. Duke Von Schaumann takes the loss, falls to 5-9. The Revs drop to 50-61. That eliminates them from the wild card spot, so the Revolution will have to win the North Division as their only outlet into the postseason this year. Rockers improved to 60-50 on the season, 29-21 in the second half. And with the Southern Maryland game nearing its conclusion, if it ends the way that it is right now with the Blue Crabs behind, the Rockers would grab a game in the wild card and move up to 3. That West Virginia game, the Charleston game, did just go final. The Dirty Birds win it by a final score of 7-5. They maintain their 3.5 game lead in the South Division over the High Point Rockers. But time to hand out a game ball for today, and I tell you what, the offense was great today, and that was a very impressive thing. Russell and Martinez both 3-hit games, but I'm going to give it to Craig Stem today. Craig Stem has really turned the corner in September. 3 runs in 7 innings tonight with 7 strikeouts. I was incredibly impressed.
He was fantastic. Michael Martinez, how about that? Really put this game away with his 2-run homer in the 6th inning. Martinez hadn't hit a home run in about 3 weeks. Gets it done with a big homer here, his 12th multi-hit game, only his 3rd of more than 2 hits. Brings up his 4th homer of the year, but all around, just a team performance that gives the Rockers the win.
Well, tomorrow, the High Point Rockers begin their final home series of 2021, and it's a big one against Craig Stem's former team, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, and the Rockers could really end Southern Maryland's hopes at both the division crown and the wild card spot if the Rockers win this series against Southern Maryland. It all starts tomorrow, 7:05 first pitch. We're on here at 6:30 for the Sweet Old Bills pregame show, 6:50 on YouTube. If you're planning on coming out for tomorrow's ball game, the first 1,000 fans into the ballpark will get a 2021 Rockers team photo, and after the game, you can watch the post-game fireworks from the field. For tickets, go to highpointrockers.com. Javik, final thoughts here tonight as the Rockers finish this series against York.
It was a much-needed win and a much-needed game, and they got it done. The pitching, as it's been about the past 2 weeks, was absolutely fantastic. The offense got it cranked up. You don't need to hit with runners in scoring position if you just hit homers, and that's exactly what they did. Everything turned up on the Rockers' way, and what a night it was.
Well, there's been no doubt about it that the pitching has been the anchor of this team in 2021, but after about a 4 or 5 game stretch where we were starting to wonder, where did the offense go. Hopefully this is a sign of things to come. This offense showed some signs of life tonight, and they're going to need it against Southern Maryland, because here's the thing. Over this 6-game stretch, you're going to see Daryl Thompson at some point. So the way that's gone, not a whole lot of teams have gotten to Daryl Thompson, so you're going to have to make up for that game somewhere in the other 5. Final score tonight, though, the Rockers get it done against the York Revolution. High Point 7 and York 3. That'll do it for us tonight. For everyone down in the control room and the Rockers Baseball Network, as well as Javic Blake, I'm Kendrick Fruit saying have a rockin' evening and get set for a big 6-game stretch against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. That starts tomorrow at 7:05. Have a good night.